are back for another one.
Another one.
What is up, y'all? What is up,
y'all?
What is up, guys?
We never start
what
with
is up,
y'all. That's just awkward.
Sup, y'all? Welcome back. This here's Two Dudes and a Beer. I'm Billy.
Okay.
You mean that run
one,
it back?
That one goes behind the Louisiana accent.
Oh, okay. So I just, and it's not an accent, it's a dialect. All right, so I just run it back. Just run it back.
I'm gonna keep it all in there.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go with me. Welcome back, guys.
There we go.
This is Two Dudes and a Brew. I am the most awesome dude on the planet, Billy. This is the second most loserish dude on the planet, Alex.
I'm Alex.
And welcome back to our podcast, where we do stuff on.
Guys, I swear we're not drunk either. This is. I had a 3/4 of a beer before we started, so we ate dinner.
I'm on a fucking pizza roll high right now.
I actually could believe there. So you remember how they used to say Coca-Cola used to have Coke in it? I could almost believe there'd be drugs in pizza rolls.
Dude, 100%. There has got to be meth in the roll.
Okay. That's called taking it too far.
Oh, crystal meth in
Too much.
Oh, fentanyl.
That's the line.
Oh.
There's too much, and there's the line you don't go past.
Well, you know what? Fuck those lines. Lines are made for losers.
Jesus.
I don't have lines. I'm out of the box. I'm like a fucking rhombus.
I feel like I should know what a rhombus is, but I don't.
I don't even know what a rhombus is, but it sounded good.
A rhombus has 4 lines.
Damn it. I'm not a rhombus, guys. I'm not a rhombus.
What the fuck?
I'm an infinity symbol.
Now there's a straight line across the middle, an infinity symbol.
It's all together.
It's called a figure
It's called an infinity symbol. So my question is, on an infinity symbol, is it just 2 teardrops drawn sideways with the tips touching? Tips touching. Or is it one...
It's going to be one of those episodes I can already see
Or is
that
it
going
one,
on.
like, straight go, like flow of the hand? You don't really know.
Producer Albany!
Why are you yelling at her?
Can you look that up for me? 2 teardrops or just a continuous line? No?
Infinity symbol is a continuous line. That's why it's infinity.
You can't prove it.
Hey.
You can't prove it.
Albany.
Do you draw it with 2 teardrops?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Do you remember back in, like, school, the S's
Yes.
everyone used to draw? It was the 3 lines.
Cross, and then one comes back.
With a little,
we drew them too.
Yeah, I used to draw those all the time.
We got in trouble for them.
Why?
They kept finding on the bathroom stalls.
Yeah, I drew a big one on my bathroom stall.
Marker, or did you dig it in?
And then I peed on the stall
Jesus.
door because I didn't give a shit in high school. Also,
Albany,
if I went to high school with you, I'm really sorry that I just put that out there, but I really did that one day at my old high school because I was fucking over that place, and it's not like I didn't go in there and like draw that and then pee on it. I just one day, that same one I drew, I peed on later on. What?
Why did you not decide to pee in the toilet?
Because I was like, fuck this school, and I thought for some reason urinating on it would make me feel better.
Okay, good thing your tax dollars went to that. B, Albany. To get in the official quote-unquote basic white girl club, don't you have to have an infinity symbol somewhere tattooed on your body?
Oh, it's got to have like love cursived into it, or life.
Or match a best friend.
Oh, it's got to match a best friend. Oh, dude, that brings me to something else.
You make me go to Clutch and get you some kind of mountain climber coffee bullshit. They have black coffee.
Let me get a mocha chuck bullshit.
Doesn't mean that I don't like good things.
But that brings me to something else. You were talking about basic white girl. Bro, my 23andMe came back. And
Did it come back your 199% basic bitch?
Nope, I'm going to read it to you.
What's that song?
So... Let me. I was very excited when I read this because it made so much sense to me.
100% bad bitch.
That's bitch.
100% that biatch.
Okay, talk to me about your 23andMe.
Okay, so my.
Why is it not 24andMe?
Because in like a 23 strand
chromosomes.
Yeah.
What happens if you have 24? Does that make you an alien?
You are a fucking alien. All right, here we go. Came back. I was so excited. So it says that I'm 96.6% Northwestern European.
No shit.
Which would be 67.4% British and Irish back in the day, which, Albany, you were telling me that was like the way that the Norway thing happened? Yeah.
What?
That's how they
Can you come up here and talk about it? Because
she's playing a game
just
on
talk
her
louder
phone.
because I can't hear you well in these.
So Vikings left wherever they're from and moved to Ireland and Scotland and the islands over there.
Yeah, so whatever. I took it as 67.4% badass Viking. Then 27.5% French and German. 1.7% broadly Northwestern European, and 2.8% Eastern European, which is like Latvia and shit. But this is the one. I'm 1% Sub-Saharan African from the Congolese and Southern East African, Angolan, and Congolese. I am...
Holy shit.
Bro.
Don't say it.
I'm Congo.
You're a Congo.
I just said I was Congo. That's all I said. I'm Congo.
We're back to this line.
I'm fucking Congo. I'm just... dude, it was in my DNA. What do you say?
It's in my DNA.
Explains so many things. I'm Viking Congo. I'm a Congolese Viking.
Congolese.
I'm a Congolese.
Totally just made up a word there.
No, dude. I sailed the Congo with my Viking brothers.
Blood diamond.
What?
Blood diamond.
No.
That's where blood diamonds come from.
Okay. Well, I probably stole it
Probably.
because I'm a Viking. I'm a Congolese Viking.
Okay.
That's got to be a new thing. I'm going to get that tattooed. Congolese Viking.
Producer Albany, are you for or against Billy's Congolese Viking
She doesn't
tattoo?
give a shit. As long as it's not on my face, she doesn't care. But here's the thing. I wonder if anyone out there, because like
If you're going to do it, you got to get a tramp stamp.
when they send it to you, so it comes looking like this, like that circle thing, like a what do they call that? Fucking Venn diagram or some shit. What is that?
A circle diagram?
A pie chart?
Pie chart. Whatever.
That sounds right.
Guys, it's been a long fucking week. Okay, fuck off. Anyway, the pie chart. I wonder if anyone's ever gotten it like tattooed and just like labeled like what they are, so they always remember it, because you know it always comes up later on when you're talking to someone like, oh, like where's your family from? Well, you just like pull your arm up, you're like, I'm 97% fucking badass Viking.
You are the only person that would think that's an acceptable reason to tattoo it on you.
I mean, let's go.
Okay.
Alex,
Billy.
what's our topic on?
Our topic is on Survivor, but not just Survivor, you know,
The TV show? Oh.
So, little
Real
bit of backstory.
survival stories?
No, like actually the show Survivor.
Oh, geez.
But-
I never watched that, so.
Me and my parents growing up used to always watch like every season up until literally I was in high school, and then we didn't do it. We didn't have time anymore.
Yeah.
It's back on Netflix. Me and Jordan are split between two shows right now. She's watching some show on Netflix called The Circle. That's basically social media, but it's a game show.
Yeah.
And it's everything that's wrong with society.
Sounds good.
The winner of the show fakes themselves, like, tries to make everybody like them. It's a popularity contest. I hate it so much. So I started watching Survivor on Netflix. I like it. Good show. Well, the one guy got hurt the other day. I was like, I know what topic I want to do. I did the craziest medical injuries that caused Survivor game players, cast members to be medically evacuated
Okay.
during the game show, because it's a legitimate game show.
Yeah, but you're...
Now, I have a couple kicks on it. They're not 100% in the wild. You know, like Discovery for the longest time did...
Why don't we wait till we get to the topic and tell me all that shit?
Fine then.
Because I'm ready for beer.
Fine then.
So just tell me what the fuck we're drinking. Because I need a pour drink.
So, Billy, what's the next segment?
Beer of the fucking week, you dick.
Wrong!
Why? How am I wrong?
Because we have something new. We have something new to show off.
Whoa!
Holy shit. Thank you, ma'am.
What we got?
We got hats.
We got hats, guys.
The hats, after a month of trying to get them in, showed up. Guys, on audio, sorry you don't see the hat. We'll post pictures of it.
Absolutely.
I need to put mine on, so I got to get my headset off. Billy, you don't wear hats forward, just so you know.
I don't wear hats for it. I just did it so you guys can see it if you're watching on YouTube. It is a nice, clean, flex fit black hat. We have the logo on the left side of your cranium. If you're looking at it, it's on the right side. Anyway. Dogs are barking.
Outstanding.
Anywho. So, we have hats. Hey, Albs, you find out what the fuck is happening?
Probably somebody walking on the road.
After all this time, guys, we have Two Dudes in a Brew hats.
I know, and it's been a long time, so we just need to just. I'm not gonna throw my other hat. I really like it.
I'm so happy we have hats that have the podcast name on them.
Now we're like walking billboards.
We are walking billboards.
We're walking four boards because your forehead is the board for it, so it's walking four boards.
Why?
What?
Why?
What do you mean why?
26 episodes, and I'm still having to ask you why you say things.
Because I thought it was a good dad joke. It's your forehead.
Are your children in the room?
And it's a billboard, so it's a four board.
Guys.
It can't be. Oh.
We're so happy to
it
have
could be
hats.
a bill head. Get it? Bill
Jesus.
in your head. That
If you would like
sounds
a
too much
hat,
like Pillhead.
Please reach out to us. We have a company making them. We're not going to have a lot in stock.
They're made to order.
Like I say, it'll be a made-to-order kind of thing. Let us know. There's a specific number we have to have before I can order. When you reach out, we'll talk about it. If you want a hat, let us know.
And we will get the pricing, all that good stuff. You remember, guys, if you want to reach out, you can hit us up on Messenger. You can hit us up pretty much any social media.
What's our email?
twodudesandabrewpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
Or if you know somebody that knows us or you know us, just reach out. We can get you prices. Obviously, this first bundle is going out to a couple of our top fans who've already been named and some family members because this is a group effort.
Yeah.
But we definitely want to be able to provide you guys with something. We'll do the best we can on price. So, again, reach out.
If the merchandise is popular, we may venture into the t-shirt conversation. But
I'll
let's
be
see
down
how
with
the
that.
hats go first.
And if it gets even better, I might get it tattooed. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I really want another tattoo. Can you tell?
Apparently. But, Billy,
Beer.
I cut you off.
Brew,
I cut you off at a very important spot. Producer Albany, thank you for not breaking and or hitting us too hard with the hats. I'll give your throw a 3 out of 5 because you still throw like a girl. Moving on to the beer of the week. We are drinking the Big Blood Orange IPA
It says
from
the big,
Sugar
no,
Creek
you
Brewing
gotta read.
Company.
It says the big with an arrow to
it's
the O.
the Big O Blood Orange?
Yeah, the big O.
Well, I didn't know because they had it all mixed together.
Yeah, but there's an arrow. I told you couldn't read earlier. The big with an arrow pointing to the
Well, that
big
felt
O.
mean.
So the big O.
The Big O Blood Orange IPA from Sugar Creek Brewing.
Eats your pintsies.
It is a pintsy, so we're back in the football glasses.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the. What is the fucking? I can't find it, dude. What's the ABV?
And you said I couldn't read.
We don't know. We don't know what the ABV is. It has to be on the can. Don't they have to put
I
it
thought
there?
it had to be on the can.
Pretty sure it does. Maybe it's just like really well hidden. That's what I think is going on here.
7% alcohol by volume. Last sentence, black lettering.
Got it. And
7%.
60 IBU.
Oh, the
So-
International Bitterness Unit.
So, we need to drink.
We need a drink.
Albany! You just like
Come
screaming.
join us. Okay, just crack a top and don't say shit to me. Damn it.
I was getting ready to comment on how like her energy level is non-existent. So she's literally like in finals week, and she's got this gigantic 20-page paper that the guy's making her code all the papers. So
I don't speak computers.
yeah,
so
me
good
neither.
luck.
But then they had their meeting the other day, and the guy comes in and goes, "By the way, you have 6 fucking more assignments to do before the end of Thursday next week, Wednesday." And she called me, and she's like, "I really enjoyed the stress that I had now because the stress I have now, I'm pretty sure my heart's gonna stop."
Totally good for you. Just Red Bull it out.
Just Red Bull.
Yeah, and then I get the shakes and I can't type and I can't focus on one task, and that's not a good idea.
So don't Red Bull, don't Red Bull, don't Red Bull.
Red Bull and vodka?
I did have a glass of wine while I finished my paper the other day.
That's called being an adult and a college student. Billy, start the pours for us.
I got you. Here we go.
And we're off. It's not a bad color.
No.
Let's see if we can fuck up this pour.
Also, I want to talk about this beer actually was shown to me by one of our big listeners, Taylor. He sent it. He actually sent me a picture of it. This was a long time ago.
Smells yummy.
Probably like episode. Actually, I think it was back whenever Dylan was here.
Yeah, I want to say that it was a while back.
What's that? Oh yeah, go ahead and pour yours. I'm sorry, but I'll keep going. So he sent me a picture of this, and when I saw it, I immediately messaged him and sent him a picture. I was like, we're doing it, dude. Like, so guys, if you send us suggestions, they will eventually get done. All right, Alex is doing his pour. There you go. You're just letting it drip. Finally, you like pour the whole beer. It's pretty fucking impressive. All right, Albs, what do you got?
Ho.
I give Billy a 4.5, and I give Alex a 4.3. I think just because his head was a little bit shorter than Billy's.
I knew she would somehow find something I did wrong.
Guess I'm the LeBron of the pouring game.
Either that or never mind. There are things you're able to do that I can't, that I think help you with the points here.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true.
I'm fair.
She is pretty fair. Honestly, Jordan did the same thing to you.
No, Jordan was mean.
I know Jordan was mean. All right, let's give this a go. Cheers, my guy.
Cheers.
Oh, that smells really good, dude. Oh my God.
That's
Blood orange is life.
going to get us in trouble.
Blood orange is my life.
Nah.
Oh God.
Billy,
Yes.
you know what the next one is, right?
What's the next one?
Albany.
I'm still swimming in this beer right now.
Do you know what the next one is?
What's the next one?
You don't know what the next one is. It's the bullshit of the week.
She just said that with her mouth. I heard her.
The microphones didn't hear it, though.
Oh, the microphone's in here. You're right.
Don't roll your eyes at me.
Let's talk about some bullshit.
Billy, talk to me about your bullshit.
So, obviously, my last few weeks, life has been very crazy as far as it goes with, you know, losing somebody in the family and just... Sorry,
that
guys.
sounded chunky.
Allergies, man. But, dude, shut up. You are the worst at it. If you ever...
Recording.
That's true.
It's all right. You can bleep it out. I heard the bleep from the last episode.
Did you like
it was
the
great.
bleep?
It was really good. It was just like, boop, and I was like, perfect, because you timed it right back in.
I made it obnoxious long, too.
So,
Where's your pen at?
obviously, life has been, like, super busy.
Yes.
Well, a sponsor of the show, Ultimate Plumbing, the owner, he reached out to me about a week before all this crazy stuff happened, and he's got an old, like, 210 Mercedes, and he was like, hey, man, it's got a fucking power steering leak. Like, you think you can help me out? I was like, yeah, no worries. So I back it in the garage. I throw a pump on it. I throw a reservoir on it. And, like, start it up. And it sounds great. Pump's running great. I go to turn the wheel, and the high-pressure line going from the pump down to the rack, boom, right at the up, shoots it and hits my fucking ceiling in my garage. So I was like, well, I know why your other pump went bad.
Yeah, it's getting
so I'm like,
pressure.
no worries, dude. I'll get you a line, and I'll put that on. Well, I didn't realize this line was going to be the death of me. Because...
Like I say, I even helped you one night. We spent 4 hours just trying to get to line up.
Yeah. I've spent so much time on this one line, and it's like getting it on the pump's no problem. It's the rack.
Yeah.
And it's a banjo bolt, you know, that has washers on both sides, so I'm having to tie the washer on the opposite side on with like dental floss.
Yep.
So I can hold it there, and then come to find out, if that motherfucker is not lined up perfect,
it won't grab.
It will not go in.
Nope.
And if it does start to go in and it's wrong, it'll cross thread the rack.
Yeah.
Which means I'll have to owe him a rack.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because like I'm really, really good friends with him, and I'm like, dude, I'm trying. Like I'm trying. He's like, I know, man. And like he's got plenty of other vehicles, so he's not super worried about it. But you know, he started asking, and I was like, I know, dude. So 2 nights this week, once I've gotten off work, beat ass tired, go out there, fucking 4 or 5 hours going at it. Do I do this angle? I drop the rack down. I'm doing this. So I talked to some guys finally at work, and I'm like, anyone got anything? Because you put
ideas.
You put a bunch of fucking technicians' minds together, and like shit can happen.
Something will fall out.
So it's just I've been fighting that all week, and like I feel bad as a friend.
Yeah. Because
I'm like, damn, dude, like I'm not gonna charge him. Like I was charging him prior to do it, but now that it's gone so long, I'm not even gonna charge him.
It's about getting it done.
I just need to get it done and get out of my garage. But he does want me to put headlights in it too. So I love you, dude, but I'm still probably gonna charge you for that.
Well, I mean, I guess the one thing you gotta remember is for people who don't know, you know, you have 4-post lifts, walk under floors, you know, everything that a full blown garage would have. This car here, You're on what? 2 jack stands and prayer?
Two jack stands, and I keep the I keep the jack under
in
it
case
anyway.
it slips.
Yeah. And I also like have that tire off, so I have it under there too, just for like safety measures. So I'm working on the floor, and everyone knows like this is not taken away from anyone that like works at a desk all day or any of that. Like I mean, you work at a desk a lot.
I work at a desk a good bit.
But like when you go to work and you do like physical labor all day long, the last thing you want to, especially being a technician, you get to work under your lift all day, so it's up and down. Like you can move the car the way you need.
You're a little spoiled there.
Yeah, and you have to come home and lay on the fucking hard concrete. And don't get me wrong, I know I got technician friends listening. I'm putting foam and shit under my like lower back and stuff, trying to make sure I'm staying like good.
How's that working for you?
I end up kicking it out because it throws off like the angle I'm at.
Yep.
So the bullshit has just been consistently trying and failing. But it'll happen. It's just when the fucking car gods want to let it happen.
Correct.
The big problem is that Sunday I fly out to. I'll be gone to Florida for a week for work. So I was talking to him tonight, and I was like, I got good news, I got bad news. You know, mainly
it's
bad.
It's gonna sit here for another week.
Yeah.
And not get touched.
I told him, I was like, good news is like I'm off tomorrow, which right now today is Friday, April 30th. So I'm off Saturday and Sunday, obviously, and I don't fly until Sunday night. So tomorrow I'm getting up, mowing the lawn, weed eating, all that good shit, and then I'm going to sit in that garage and I'm going to fucking put it together. And I told him that. I was like, the goal is to have this bitch done tomorrow. And he said, all right, cool. I was like, I said it's the goal.
It was also the goal the last 4 times, too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so worried about like stripping it out because it's an old car. It's an 03.
Yeah. It's not going to be real easy.
You know, it's got a good bit of miles on it. You know, it's a little beat up. It's actually pretty good condition. I mean,
for that age car, from what I saw, it was not in bad shape. I've seen much worse.
Yeah,
on much newer.
I'm so frustrated with it, and I'm just ready for it to be out of my garage. I love you, dude. I do, but I'm ready for that thing to be out of my fucking garage.
I want my garage back.
Yes. So that wraps up my bullshit of the week. Alex, what do you got?
So you brought up cutting the lawn. I'm one of the rare people that actually enjoy cutting my lawn. I didn't enjoy it. My dad listens. He'll say that I'm a bullshitter because I didn't enjoy it when I.
You
did
enjoy
it for my parents.
riding and cutting your lawn.
Yes.
You don't enjoy pushing that lawnmower.
Oh fuck no! I've done that once, and I broke 9 different things on the way back in the house. All pissed off because I had to push mow my yard.
Yep.
So I had the whole debacle last year, which if you've listened since the beginning, probably heard about the mower breaking down.
And you punched it.
And I fixed that. It's clean looking now.
No, it's fucking masking tape. We're not masking tape.
It's not. It's clear
moving.
packing tape.
Yeah, it's moving tape.
No, it's nice.
It's
aerodynamic.
You Frankensteined your shit. At least if you're gonna Frankenstein it, throw a turbo on it, make that bitch fast.
Well, there's the problem. So I agreed. My neighbor's an older woman that lives on her own. I noticed her lawn was getting high. I've been meaning to say it for months to her. One day I wrote a note, was going to put it in her door. You know, if you want me, because I didn't know if she's paying a service.
Yeah.
Again, I enjoy cutting the lawn. I can cut her lawn. It's not that big.
Is that the one right next to you?
Yes.
Okay.
The one with the minivan in the driveway.
Oh, yeah, so you can literally just roll right over.
Exactly.
Like, you can do it with your yard, basically.
That way, when I cut my yard, I just cut hers. Ours looks good all the time. I'm usually pretty good about cutting it once a week. Sometimes it'll go a little longer, depending on my travel schedule. Walked over to put the note in her door. She was there. We talked 15, 20 minutes. She offered me money. I'm not taking money. I said, it's the nice thing to do. I said, I have no problem doing it. I enjoy cutting the lawn.
You offered a service that you're already doing.
Correct.
And honestly, it kind of helps you too.
A little bit.
Because all the lines are going to look the same between you two. And like, it's just you two together.
Yeah.
Because you're not really in a neighborhood. You're pretty spread out house-wise.
We're boxed in by woods on both houses.
So having those perfect lines match up, like the curb appeal is going to be a lot better.
Correct. So, of course, I told her this. Well, the next 2 weeks go by, and I'm so freaking busy, I can't get out there to cut the lawn. Her lawn's getting to knee high, and Jordan's up my ass about it, which she's not wrong. I need to cut her lawn. Well, so I finally got time yesterday. I was able to dip out of work a little early, got home. I'm cutting the lawn today. I knew it was going to take me a little longer, is that it was knee high, so it's going to have to be cut one time, then cut again to get it where it's not all gobbed up. Fine. Get midway through cutting her lawn, and the mower starts bogging out, doing the same thing it did last summer. And I was like, no, I am not push mowing my whole yard and half of hers. It's so bad that I can hold the choke. Basically, you know when it's like you have a really light leak and it can't keep up?
Yeah.
So when it gets overrun, starts to bog out, you let it sit there with the choke for a few minutes till it almost it's like flooding it out.
And then you pop it back in.
Crank it back up, cut for another 30, 40 minutes. And literally 30, 40 minutes before it runs out. Till it's trying to die again. Cut my lawn.
Have you had the blade sharpened?
Yeah, blades just got sharpened before I got it. Now, I think one of two things. The Lake Norman tractor put a new fuel pump on it last year. It was like a $30 piece. I'm wondering if it sat with shitty fuel in it over the winter.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my fault. Maybe it can't get fuel. Whatever it is. It frustrated me to no end. And I'm like, now 3 hours. I expected 2 hours. It takes me an hour to cut my lawn.
Yeah.
And weed eat and get it all done, blow off the driveway.
Gotcha.
I'm 3 hours in, so I haven't even picked up the weed eater yet. I hate myself for this, but it's why I like the way my dad taught me. So I wasn't going to weed eat my yard. I weed eated her yard because I don't want her thinking I'm going to cheap ass out. My yard, if I don't feel like weeding, I'm not weed eating. Walked over, did her yard, blew the driveway off, looked good. She signed, sealed, ready to go. Look at mine and go, all right, I'm going to weed eat a couple spots. Then I'm looking at a couple more spots.
And you end up doing.
Then I'm going to walk away, and I said, I can't leave the job half done. And I'm hearing my dad's voice in my head doing, if you're going to do it half-assed, what'd you do it all for? I fucking hate myself for this because all I want to do is go inside and sit down. Because the night before, I played men's slow pitch softball, and I'm sore as hell. I can barely walk.
Where the hell did you play slow pitch softball with?
It was a bunch of pickup. It was a pickup game with a bunch of guys that work in racing.
Gotcha.
Great game. Had a fun time. Jordan will tell you. I'm gimping around like an old person because I'm so sore from it. Because I work out, but I haven't played baseball in years.
Yeah, you haven't done explosive activity.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So all I want to do is go inside and sit down. But my brain will not accept the fact that I'm not done. It's starting to get dark, and I'm finally blowing off my driveway. Then I remember I'm still going to have to call Lake Norman Tractor tomorrow because the lawnmower doesn't want to run. So something's wrong, and I got all summer. Bullshit of the week. My lawnmower's breaking down on me again, and on top of everything, it's still allergy season. So about halfway through, my eyes are on fire, I'm sneezing every 15 minutes, and my headphones died in the last 10 minutes. I heard beep beep, turned off. I was like, no music.
Fuck.
Let's put the cherry on top of this shit show.
Well,
outstanding.
I'll make a little funny for you.
I'll make it funny for me.
So I was watching TikTok, and I don't know if this is true, Albany. You can look it up if you want. But this girl, she gets on there. She was like, guys, I just want to let you know that I just learned, I think it's the past tense for weed eat is would eat to eat. Would eat to eat.
I hate the world.
Would eat to eat.
I hate
Dude,
the world.
I swear to God, I started crying. I was laughing so hard. I gotta go. Or oh no, it was like I just would eat to eat in my yard.
Jesus Christ. So I made the joke all last summer before we got the mower. Was I'm gonna buy a lawnmower. I'm buying it for Jordan. I'm not cutting the lawn anymore. I'll weed eat. Jordan go out there in bikini and cut the lawn. It's a riding mower. All you gotta do is ride it.
She ain't gonna cut that shit.
Well, A, she ain't gonna cut that shit. And B, I can't put her on a lawnmower that won't fucking run. God damn it. It won't stay running. I can barely keep it running.
Sounds like you might need a new mower.
I don't want a new mower. Now it's the principle. It doesn't even have to do with the money at this point. I don't want to spend the money
rebuild that
on.
whole motherfucker then.
Oh, a 15-year-old mower? Really?
Oh, dude, it's 15 fucking yes, dude. Get
it sat at my parents' house for 5 years and didn't start. Well, I take that back. It sat at my parents' house for 5 years and never cut a blade of grass.
Then fucking sell it and get a new one.
It's the principle. I will win this argument.
Yeah.
Actually, weed-eated.
Would eat to eat.
Weed-eated.
Would eat to eat.
But that will wrap up Bullshit of the Week. It's going to be one of them weeks.
Yes.
But we got new hats and we got stickers.
We did.
So we're totally cool.
I think we're out of stickers.
You're out of stickers. I'm not.
Oh, you still got some?
I still got some.
Nice. They're everywhere now. Like Kipsy, my daughter, has one slapped on the back of her, was it iPad? Slapped on the back of her iPad.
Jesus.
She did it. She was like, Daddy, I just want to help with your podcast.
Oh, I fucked up today. I went and got... So, if you're not watching on video, Billy got his hair straightened, and I got my beard, the homeless taken out of my beard today.
Nice.
I fucked up, and I meant to take a sticker with me. My barber has all kinds of stickers like CrossFit.
Oh, yeah, you could have just...
One of his stickers is like Pillow Fight Champion or something. He has a bunch of stickers. Some of them are beer, some of them are hair related. I meant to take one to put one on his window, on his mirror.
Just do it next time.
I will next time I'll go down.
Carry them in the truck, you never forget.
They're in my book bag.
Oh, that's always in your truck?
I rode the motorcycle down.
Of course you did.
On that note, moving on. Producer Albany, what's our next topic? Good talk. Billy, what's our next topic?
Would you rather?
Thank you for not going polar bear on me. Albany, that's a deduction of 1 point.
I thought you were saying, like...
It's because you're not paying attention. It's because you're not paying attention.
No, it's actually a segment.
It's a segment, not a topic.
What game are you playing on your phone?
Facebook.
That's not a game. Well, it can be a game.
Can be a game.
Billy, explain the rules of Would You Rather for anybody new.
Would you rather is a question that's going to be asked that we have not seen yet. Producer Albany has wrote this question down. It is, would you rather this? Would you rather that? You have to...
show your motherfucking work.
Yes. So you have to explain yourself as to why you chose whatever you chose. And Alex...
Billy, why are we showing our work?
Because we're a podcast. And
What
if
does that mean?
That means if we just said this one and didn't explain why, then everybody would be like, I don't want to listen to this no more.
Correct. That's actually exactly why we do that.
That's literally why.
Producer Albany, thank you for using your producer magical skills and running us up a card. Billy, have we read the card?
No.
Have we seen the card?
No.
Did we have any hand in looking up and or writing down the topics of the Would You Rather on the card?
No, we have no time.
So, Billy, this week's Would You Rather, brought to you by Two Dudes in a Brew, is would you rather wrestle a bear or wrestle an alligator?
Oh, man. This reminds me of the debate we had when we drank Union Jack and was like, who would win in a fight, lion or bear?
Oh, yeah. Man, that was a...
Lion would win. Anyway.
You're still wrong.
I'm still right, and you're still living in La La Land. So would I rather fight an alligator, or would I rather fight a bear?
Correct. What kind of bear?
What kind of bear?
We're back to talking about what kind of bear.
Also, what kind of alligator?
No, you can't say crocodile.
I said alligator. I said alligator, like a baby alligator. I'll fight the fuck out of a baby alligator. I'll yeet kick that motherfucker across the swamp.
I held a baby alligator in Daytona. What?
Like, you're not fighting a baby bear.
But is it like a black bear, a brown bear?
It's like a grizzly.
Polar bear.
A fucking
grizzly bear guy.
Oh shit! And we're talking. How big's the alligator?
Like full grown.
What is a full grown? Look up what a full grown alligator is, huh?
Like 200 years old.
You know, you look up what the full grown alligator is. I'm gonna look up the full grown grizzly, and we can go from there. Because I need to know spec sizes on what I'm dealing with. Because there's a lot that goes into this.
You know, I would ask our producer to look it up, but she's on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm actually not on my phone.
And the average size for a female is 8.5 feet. The average size for a male is 11.5 feet. Exceptionally large males can reach a weight of nearly half ton or 1,000 pounds. American alligators are found in the United States from North Carolina to the Rio Grande in Texas. So let's go with an American alligator.
Let's look up the biggest alligator on record, because I'm gonna look up the largest grizzly bear on record, and then we'll have to decide who we're gonna fight there.
Biggest alligator on record was taken by Mandy Stokes of Thomaston in August of 2014. It measured 15 feet 9 inches long and weighed 1,011 pounds. There you go.
So I think we need to switch it over to polar bear because they're actually bigger than grizzly bears.
Polar bears are the biggest bears in the earth.
Yeah, let's go to polar bears because they're bigger. Okay.
Are you going to Antarctica?
I mean, I'll fight them wherever. Fuck them.
We got brown bears here. Brown bears are mean as hell.
Brown bears are tiny. Grizzlies are bigger than brown bears.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Fuck, I could wrestle a brown bear.
Okay, so polar bear. This is what is the biggest bear ever recorded.
Them fuckers stand up and they'll tower over you.
It was a giant, short-faced polar bear. No, I'm sorry, that was an old bear. The largest bear on record in modern times was a 2,200-pound polar bear. 2,200 pounds.
Bro, I'm taking the alligator.
That's a big eating What?
Okay,
Fighting the alligator.
so I'm assuming we're fighting them in their territory.
Well, see, that doesn't work, though. Because a polar bear and an alligator come from completely different territories. Mm-hmm. So you'd almost have to pick like a grizzly bear and an alligator.
No.
What?
Either you have to fight either a polar bear in the fucking cold in Antarctica.
Would you rather? They're not. I was thinking the bear and the alligator fighting each other.
And then the alligator,
so
I'm assuming like swamp.
Louisiana.
So get them gators.
They're in gator season.
So let's weigh the pros and cons here.
Okay, so we're picking polar bear in the Arctic or a gator in the swamp in the bayou in Louisiana.
Yeah. So
there it is.
Cons. If you
one?
fight a gator, I'm gonna start with gators. If you fight a gator, okay.
Yeah.
First of all, water slow you down.
Death roll.
It will. Yeah, death roll. That's what I'm saying. Water though, slow you down.
Yep.
They swim fast as fuck.
Yep.
Okay. Big ass teeth, but kind of lazy. That's the pro.
Kind of lazy.
And they're short.
Yeah, and they got little tiny legs, bro. I mean, they're fast, but they got little tiny legs.
They're ankle biters.
Bro, you can just like stomp out one of their legs and like they'll go in a circle.
Oh yeah. If you can get to one of their legs to stomp it out, have fucking at it.
Steve Irwin.
Anyway,
so
tail. The tail will take a fucking leg off.
Okay.
Also, their entire body is like a massive skeleton.
Yeah, their whole back.
Yeah, when they shoot
armor.
it, they have to shoot them like in a certain spot on their head.
Back of the head because there's a soft spot.
Pro, they don't have hands.
That's one.
That's pro. They don't have hands. Again.
They're half the size of a.
They're half the size. Another pro, Steve Irwin, wrestled a bunch of them.
He's dead now.
By a stingray.
Just saying. Somebody got the best of him.
It wasn't a gator. Polar bear. Cons.
You had two whole cons because the third one's bullshit. And you had like 2 pros and 12 cons.
Polar bears.
Polar bears.
Cons of polar bears. Big as fuck. Mean as shit. That's another one.
It's colder than shit where
Also,
they live.
you're in the fucking snow, so they can just sneak up on you. You never even see them. Never even see them.
Yeah.
All right. Also, what if he's a trickster? What if he's hanging out with fucking Santa? He's got Coca-Cola in his hand. You're like, hey, I want to go fucking hang out with the polar bear. And then he's like, nope, eat your face.
Oh, no. Sorry. The polar bears got fired from being the Coca-Cola mascots.
Coca-Cola had cocaine in it.
What?
Oh, yeah. It's because Coca-Cola had cocaine in it. Get it? Polar bear, white, cocaine, powder.
You guys are geniuses. You know that?
I'm pretty much the smartest person I ever lived. What I'm saying is, also, another con. They got fucking hands. Big ones.
Paws.
Yeah, but they act as hands.
Like mittens.
They can grab shit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Another con. They can swim and climb trees.
Oh, shit. Yeah, gators ain't climbing no
And they're
tree.
fast.
Yeah. And they got teeth like big fucking teeth. Bigger than gators. Gators just have a lot of teeth.
But pro, you can kill them easier than you can kill an alligator.
No, I'm not killing. I'm fighting it.
Like I say, he's wrestling.
Are we going TKO, KO, or death? Because I need to know.
You put wrestle. So I have to pin him for a 3 count? Shit. That ain't gonna happen.
It's 2,200 pounds. Fuck.
That's 2,200 pounds of pistol.
Yeah, but have you ever seen a gator get flipped over?
I've seen him play dead and lay still. You got a better chance of getting
Not when they're fucking fighting. The only time they roll over, death roll, like you said. All right, you know what? Let's make choices here.
Choices.
I'm going gator. Let me explain.
Explain your work.
Let me explain. I'm going gator. One, because fucking polar bear is gigantic. But they don't have hands. They are fast. They don't have hands. This is how I see this going. So, ding, ding, ding. And we start, right? In the bayou. We're sitting there, and maybe we're in, like, ankle-deep water. You know, for me, ankle-deep. For him, like, he's just on his belly. He's floating.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand there, and I'm going to keep backing up till I get to the shore. Once I'm at the shore, when he lunges, I'm going to do a somersault over him. and with both feet, as I land, are going to be on the back, two back legs of his. Boom! Broken. So now you got no back legs. Then I'm going to jump down and grab his tail. Because if it can't hurt me if I'm holding it.
Sure.
I'm just going to go with it.
Sure.
But then I'm going to death roll him from the back. And like as I go over and I land on my back and he's on his back, I'm gonna bridge up. Bridge. How you bridge? I'm going to bridge up. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Billy wins. Walk it off.
Producer Albany. Thoughts on any of that happening the way Billy said it?
None.
Okay. So, in the retrospect, you're taking the alligator in a wrestling match.
100%. I'd win that motherfucker.
Okay. This is what I think of when you say wrestling a bear.
Wrestling a bear or wrestling a gator?
Wrestling a bear.
Okay. Is that the one with the guy, like, punching it?
Semi-pro. Will Ferrell is Jackie
yeah.
Moon's wrestling Precious.
No, we're wrestling that big-ass polar bear. You better cut that off. We can only use so much of that. What I'm saying is...
fuck you, Clarence. I'm wrestling a bear.
So, I'm taking gator. I explained why.
Yeah.
Alex, what do you got?
Taking the bear.
Why? Why? Fucking why?
There is a small chance. Dude, these alligators on the ground, have you seen how big their mouth is and how quickly they can move?
Yeah, I can't move that fast with broke-ass legs.
Again, if you can get to his legs.
I just said I'm going to do a somersault over him, but it's going to be so fast he won't be able to jump up and get me.
Okay, what area do you think is actually more dangerous? The big-ass 8-foot mouth that bastard has on it, or the fucking 10-foot tail that weighs 500 pounds that he uses like a weapon?
That's why I'm going to be holding.
Because they use them like weapons. That's what they do.
That's why I'm going to be holding it.
They drag buffalo into the water. They will take full-blown animals off their feet, drag them in the water, and kill them in seconds.
So,
and you want to wrestle that?
But you got to... Why the bear?
At least there's a point I might be able to get to the back of the bear's neck and put him in like a stranglehold.
How? He has fucking paw hands. Like, you're not getting behind him.
He can't reach behind his head.
He would... You're on snow and ice.
I'm going to bank he slips.
You're going to hope he slips with his claws dug into the ice.
Listen, I'm going to fake him out, do a little Reggie Bush spin move. When he's going that direction, I'm jumping on his back, putting my arms around his head, and I'm going to hold his head till he passes out.
He's just going to reach up and like... dead.
No, they can't do that.
Yes, they can.
They don't have the flex for that.
I'm about to look up a polar bear scratching its back.
Look up a polar bear scratching its back.
I bet there's some like weird porn
probably
that has to do with this.
I'm taking the polar bear.
You take it? Okay.
And they have smaller mouths than alligators. Alligator's like a Venus flytrap. It catches everything within its fucking 10-foot radius of it.
Dude, I just don't think...
I keep thinking of the Jack Link's commercial where the guy's boxing with a bear.
Boxing, yeah.
Like he caught a fish and then the bear tries to catch it and they end up boxing and you see him do the rope-a-dope on him.
Bro, there's no chance I'm fighting this motherfucker. No
Let me see him.
chance.
What picture did you find?
I mean, I found a lot.
Did you find the one where he's covered in blood after he just ate a seal or something?
No, I've seen that before. No, this one is like... There's multiples of how fucking flexible these bastards are. There's like a ton of videos. Yeah, dude, you're not winning that.
I'm putting him in a headlock, and I'm holding on until he suffocates.
You're telling me...
I'm going to KO him.
This big-ass bear...
Yeah, look how much neck is vulnerable.
It doesn't fucking matter. You probably can't even get your arms around his neck.
Bullshit.
I found Alex's polar bear.
Yeah, that's me at the fucking zoo.
Just straight lounging it out.
Just kicking it.
Yeah, dude, fuck that. No, I'm taking the gator. Because also, you might get fucked up. Because if they do some shit like this, it's really cute. And you can't fucking fight. You can't wrestle him if he's like, ooh, cuteness. You can't do that.
All right, so you're taking the alligator. I'm taking the bear.
Yep.
In 2 rounds by submission. Producer Alban, you got anything on this topic?
I'm fighting the alligator.
Ooh, she's fighting the gator.
So show your work.
Why? Why would you fight the gator?
Closer to the ground.
Closer to the ground,
Jesus Christ.
Smaller.
And smaller. That's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing, too.
He's 15 foot fucking long.
It's just his tail length, not his body length.
Yeah.
He uses the tail like a weapon.
But it can't bend up. Like, if you jump
His
on
whole
back,
body is armor.
But if you jump on his back...
Have you not seen Swamp People where they do the death roll? They roll over 3 or 4 times before you can
I'm just
blink.
going to say, Steve Irwin did it. Like...
He's R.I.P.
Yeah, from a fucking stingray.
See people, like, hanging out with polar bears and grabbing their mouth.
That's because it's cold
There
there.
ain't no bear wrestling. There's gator wrestling.
All right.
I'm going to wrestle this gator.
Fuck this. Y'all suck. Card throw, that was one of my better ones.
That was a better
We're
one.
moving on.
Alex.
I'm all pissed off.
Alex.
What?
That's a great one to come off of, because tell me about some survival injuries that we may have received in our wrestling match.
All right. So, what? No. Survivor, the TV show. CBS, I believe, still
yeah,
airs
you were
it.
talking about injuries. I'm like, we would get
injuries, Survivor.
because a 2,000-pound polar bear would fall on you. He weighs a ton, dude.
He does.
A ton falling on you. You're dead.
I'm gonna buck up.
You're dead.
I got it.
You're a dead person.
All right. So,
You're a corpse.
we talked about it earlier in the episode.
Flat and
Survivor.
dead. It'll be the skinniest you've ever been in your life.
Fuck you.
Because you will be flat with the ground.
Survivor, players that were medically evacuated due to life-threatening or serious permanent damage.
Okay.
So, if you've never seen the show Survivor on CBS, basically it's a survival show. I believe it starts at 20 people, 39 days in the wild. They start in 2 tribes, usually merge into one. And then at the end, they vote them all out. Then at the end, you have a jury of 10 people. Eventually, the jury picks the winner of the pre-voted out, pick the winner.
Okay.
During the show, you'll see reward challenges. You'll see immunity challenges, which basically means you can't be voted out. All that goes with it. If it sounds interesting to you, go after it.
That's actually a good little plot thing there, because it's like, if everyone hates you, you're not winning.
You'd think that, but one of the guys that won screwed pretty much everybody on the jury and won because he played such a strategical game.
Oh, well. They're nicer than I am.
So, I have a couple kicks with the show. It's not like Discovery Channel did Alone, where they would send these, and these people aren't survivalists. The first 2 or 3 seasons, you're picking people from the city and dragging them out into the fucking...
Yeah.
And that was almost the comedy of it. You're taking people that are not survivalists.
That don't do this shit.
Yeah. Now it's gotten popular for 20. I think they're up to 28 or 30 seasons now.
That's fucking ridiculous, dude.
Well, they roll some people out. So, and then obviously they cast call for these people. There's cameras with them all the time. Medical's always there. Now they have to get their own food. They get some food and reward, stuff like that. They give them rice. They give them a little bit of help. Later seasons, actually, I feel like the later the seasons get, the easier they get it because they got some corporate sponsorship.
Yeah.
Like the first few seasons, it was build your own shelter. Build your own shit. The one I watched the other week, one of the challenges, one of the rewards, they literally won a Craftsman toolbox.
That could come in handy.
It was like, damn, you guys are really giving some shit away. Great show. It's done well. It's been one of CBS's highest rated shows for a long time. I enjoy it. It's got some fun to it. I like the backstabbing elements of it.
It sounds like MTV's ridiculousness. Is there's like so many seasons now, it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, you don't even know where you're at. So some of the big names you've heard over the years if you watch Survivor. Boston Rob. Player it's been on 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons. Russell Hance, 1, 2, 3 seasons. He's won it. Rob Stradino? Italian name, sorry. Amazon and All-Stars, 2 seasons. Her last name is Shallow Pavardi. She's actually in the season I'm watching right now. I just started, though. I haven't heard her name actually said yet. So basically, they bring these... It's going to sound bad when I say this. They bring these attractive women out that after about 10 days walk around in a bikini the whole time. Because me and Jordan talked about this the other night. We got to talking about it. It was like, how do you know when to bring them out? Well, obviously they do site research where they're going to take them.
Yeah.
They're not going to take them to the Amazon in the middle of rainy or hurricane season. They're not going to put them in a danger, but they've taken them to like Africa in the middle of the summertime.
Where it's hot.
Where it's hotter than shit. They took them to China when it was the middle of rainy season. So it rained a majority of the days. They pick a lot of exotic locations. They're very cool locations. And Jeff Probst, who's the lead guy on it, does some pretty impressive shit. So some of the challenges, they do a lot of physical challenges, a lot of mental challenges. Some of the physical stuff, they're in and out of water, climbing up walls, moving heavy objects just by body strength. Some of them are mental. Puzzles, all myriads of different types of puzzles, rope courses, stuff like that. Now, they've gone away from it. I'm assuming it had to do with ratings. The first few seasons, they had a huge kick for things they would eat and drink. One example, surprise smoothie. Rather than just including one ingredient, the show mixed together a bunch of gross stuff to create a super disgusting smoothie that contestants had it down.
I wonder what was in it.
It wouldn't say what's in it, but it downed the disgusting drink in under 10 seconds, blowing her cover as a seasoned gross food eater because she threw it up 15 seconds later. Asen's here. Let's see. What else we got? Beetle larvae they ate in one challenge.
Sounds like Fear Factor Extreme.
A spoonful of ants. Dead ants, but still ants.
I think that's like a delicacy in most places.
Oh. Mangrove worms.
No, I'm all right.
Milk and blood from a cow.
Is that sanitary?
Well, they're out of the country.
I mean, the milk, obviously.
No.
The blood.
No. Totally. I mean, I'm sure it's been tested, but totally not okay. Let's see. Oh, giant worm beetles and pork brains were all consumed on that show. So they have a thing to really push it to the edge. So let's get into some of the players that were medically evacuated. Michael Scoopin. The Australian outback was only the show's second season, providing the survivor was really no joke. While tending the fire, Michael accidentally inhaled some of the smoke and passed out. Unfortunately, he fainted directly in the fire and severely burned both of his palms. He rushed in the river to relieve the pain and showed the camera that the skin was peeling off his palms. He was immediately evacuated as soon as medical was on site. Unfortunately, had to be taken to an outback hospital and given skin grafts.
Jeez.
So I remember this one. This is actually one of the thoughts that when I was thinking about it, I was like, I remember that season. Again, second season. I was probably 4th or 5th grade. He was over the fire because obviously they have fire is life. You know anything about the outdoors, fire is life.
Yep.
He was over the fire blowing on it and he couldn't get it to start, but it was just smoking like hell.
Yeah.
So he kept blowing on it. And at one point it got to smoking because the wood was, I guess, wet.
Yeah.
Or it was moist.
Yeah.
And you literally see him literally just fall into the fire. He goes in and there were blisters already broken. And it just taken the top layer of skin off his hands.
Oh,
face and all.
God.
I mean, the medics were like, he cannot stay. Because the problem is, if you do it on like day 6, you're going to spend another 33 days out here. Can't spend 33 days in this.
Infection
will set in.
You'll lose your fucking hands.
Yep.
What's the prize for winning?
$1 million. It's been $1 million since day one. Always had a CBS contract.
I mean, I'll lose my hands for $1 million.
Now, when it started in 2002, 2001, $1 million had a little more of a kick to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not turning down $10,000 tomorrow, but $1 million is not as flashy as it used to be.
Would you go out there and do it for $1 million?
I'd have to see what the stipulations are because I hate to say it. Again, it's a great show, but I know they're given what the conditions are going to be like, how it's going to work. It's different things. I'd say yes, just to try it, but I'd also have to prepare for it. I know a lot of people that go out there that don't prepare for it.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a different thing.
Yeah.
We watched Naked and Afraid for a while.
Oh, we did too.
And good show. Not interested. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not wearing shoes.
I'm actually...
Fuck that.
I like that show a lot. I've seen some pretty bad injuries come off that show.
I have no problem with... You're the Naked Factor. You get over a couple days in. You find stuff to cover up with. I'm not going anywhere that I don't have shoes and socks.
Well, they had one guy or girl that
Didn't she build shoes?
She made shoes. She made a shirt.
Yeah.
She made a hat, like the whole nine.
I've always heard the military term, I don't go anywhere without my boots. The last thing you'll get off me are the boots on my feet, because I still got boots. I'm still fighting. We're good.
True that. You want to pop another top before we keep going?
We can.
Yeah. Let's just leave her alone. She's literally about to pass out. So, hey, grade from over there, babe. Oh, she's coming. 1, 2, wait. Such a good sound. All right, Alex, you got first pour on this one?
I wish you were excited, Producer Albany.
I'm sorry. I will be next time.
Nice pour. Nice pour. It's looking okay. Then you got to turn it up. There it is. That's a really good one, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. Let's see what I can do here.
Oh, boy.
These glasses are just so fucking weird.
Yeah.
You're either dead on or not. Yeah, I didn't get as much as he got. I did all right, though.
I'll give Billy a 4.5 and Alex a 4.7.
I believe that ties us for the night.
It does tie us, and that's the last one we have, so we end on a tie. Nice. Keep going.
Ties are for bitches and soccer.
Cheers, my guy.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad beer.
Not a bad beer at all.
I know why we're drinking it now.
Yep. Thanks, Taylor.
Jonathan Penner, Penner. Survivor Micronesia actually saw 2 medical evacuations. The first was Jonathan Penner, who cut his knee during one of the reward challenges. It wasn't the cut itself that pulled Jonathan from the game. It was a nasty infection that followed. Jonathan stayed in the game for a few more days, but his massively inflated, swollen, and purple knee began to concern Jeff and the medical staff involved. It was deemed far too serious to ignore. Jonathan was pulled from the game. Jonathan ended up in a surgery room in Palau after getting an infected knee that left him pretty traumatized. The 3-time Survivor contestant recalled the time in Palau, doctor surgically scrubbing out the knee infection with no real pain medication, and ended up in excruciating pain. Thankfully, Penner is all good, but the horrifying gaming memory will always be with him. So let's talk about that, because that makes a point that I wanted to bring up. We all think, we're sitting on our couches watching the show.
Yeah.
These guys get hurt. Now, you have an American medical staff there, because the problem is you bring other countries in. There's other standards, other way things are done. Mm-hmm. It's an American show. You don't want to bring the language barrier in. Let's use our people so we know what's going on.
And have a translator.
Correct. The problem is, as soon as you get off that island, you're in the middle of Micronesia, China, Africa. Some of these people end up in hospitals in foreign countries with pretty serious, you might lose a limb situations.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, and their medical technology may not be as advanced.
Correct. Especially a Micronesia or an Africa.
Yeah.
Good luck. It's not going to be good. Hang in there, because
I think that would be a big scare for me in not doing it, is having the thought of, because I am fucking prone to injury.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the type of person, I'm going to get hurt, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
Like, I broke my ankle. I've broke my ankle so many fucking times. But I broke my ankle while I was in basic training.
Mm-hmm.
A hairline fracture something in my ankle during a ruck. It was a 12-mile ruck.
Mm-hmm.
I did it 6 miles in.
Mm.
And then I walked on it.
Got a long way to go still.
I walked on it for 6 miles.
Yeah.
And when I finally took my boot off, that motherfucker was so goddamn swollen, but I was good because
the pressure held it.
Yeah, but I was good also because after it was all said and done, I had top-tier medical to wrap my shit up, sit down for 2 weeks, ice, do all this shit, and good to go. Move on.
Again, the fear would be to be in a hospital somewhere, and you hear the horror stories. People that go out of the country and get in a car accident or something, and you're in a Mexican hospital or something. And I think a lot of people take for granted what we have in this country.
Oh, yeah.
Go to the hospital here. Our low-end hospital that might be, a quote-unquote shithole hospital.
Fucking Piedmont and Rock Hill.
That is probably, driving Miss Daisy compared to a Mexican hospital.
Yeah. I'm currently taking my sweatpants off, in case anybody's wondering.
It's because you guys keep this house so fucking warm.
No, we usually keep it fucking cold, but she's like weird during the day now. She wants to keep it up past 70, and I'm like, dude, turn that motherfucker down.
We have our house at 72 now.
Fuck
I
that.
sleep better at night. I kept waking up cold in the middle of the night. I don't know.
You don't create enough body heat.
I'm getting old.
Getting old.
All right, James Clement. Now, James was in one of the seasons I watched in the last couple weeks. About 6'3", black gentleman.
Big dude.
Wrapped, or just muscle head to toe. A complete, I mean, if you told me he played linebacker in the NFL, yeah. 6-pack, full blown.
Just a big dude.
Yeah. That is not the motherfucker I want to be in one of these challenges where it's a physical knock somebody off the balance beam kind of deal, or try to pull him out of this circle.
Yeah.
Because he's strong. The second Micronesian evacuation was James, who also suffered a serious infection. James had cut his finger and, like Jonathan, had ignored the injury. Also, like Jonathan, medical was eventually called in to examine the wound. They deducted that the infection could spread across his body and cause some serious damage to his joints if left untreated. Reluctantly, James heeded their warning and was taken out of the game. Micronesia did not mess around. They pulled him because of the fear. And that's when CBS steps in and goes, look, this could get us in trouble. You're still in our care. If the medical team says you're done, you're done. So, funny story about James. He's been in 2 or 3 different seasons. Just watched him a couple weeks ago in Heroes versus Villains. They brought back Rupert. They brought back Boston Rob. They brought back all these big villains, all these great heroes. So they're doing this basically basketball-themed one. You've got 2 nets on each side and 2 platforms behind the nets. You got 3 people up top from different teams that you're shooting across trying to hit this goal, no backboard.
Yeah.
You got people inside trying to rebound. So it's basketball without the backboard. James goes in and you see his knee buckle. And it buckled in.
That's bad.
So he goes to get up, starts walking. He's like, I'm all right. And you see it, because they had the cameras on him. It buckles in again just walking. And it was like, it made me nauseous to see how it buckled because it went so far. Well, of course, he goes to the bench. The medical team goes, well, I'm worried it could be as little as a sprain. And right now, the muscle's just not strong enough to hold it. Or it could be he has stretched it so far that it will just continue to buckle.
Yeah, like torn meniscus or...
Again, this guy is 6'3", 6'5".
And he's a
probably
big
240.
dude.
I mean, straight, muscle racked. I mean, he's a big dude.
He's a big human, yeah.
And just seeing a knee... I think the knee injury scared the ever-loving shit out of me. I've had one. It sucks. It's something you always have that small fear in the back of your mind that when is it going to buckle again?
That's the same with my ankle.
It's not fun.
I mean, I broke my ankle 3 or 4 times now.
It's
and
not good.
Every time, like anytime I'm running or playing sports with the kids, it'll do this thing where it'll like act like it's going to.
You start to feel it.
My shoulder does the same thing too. Yeah, like if I reach out too fast to like catch a like baseball or a football, like I can feel my whole shoulder go.
Yeah,
and like I have to like stop and twinge that way it doesn't go out.
So we've got a shoulder one coming up.
Oh god, I hate that.
Joe Dahl, not right now though. Another victim of infection was Joe, who competed in Survivor Toucans? I don't know. Joe had suffered from an infection in his leg, and it was growing so bad that he asked to refrain from participating in challenges. The medical team took a look at his leg and deducted that it could spread to his bones if left untreated. The medical team believed that the limb would need to be amputated, and Joe could even die if he ignored the infection any longer. Needless to say, he was swiftly taken from the game. Didn't lose a limb, but if it continued, that's where it was going.
Yeah.
And again, you're in the... if you really understand the anatomy of how a body works, for people in these countries that live in these countries, getting these kind of infections and taking in this bacteria that's natural to that area may not cause infection because you've probably had it before. You're immune to it. Your body can fight it. You come from American medicine, American living, and get these kinds of infections.
It's just the different ecosystems.
Yeah. It's a lot more aggressive, and your body's not prepared for it.
No.
You get the flu the first time, You may not get it as severe the second time because your body knows what it is and it's quicker to respond. It's already got antibodies built up to fight it.
Yeah.
And especially, I've heard it said before that the reason that everybody gets sicker a lot easier than we used to is because we're so dependent on medication.
Yeah.
You know, if your kid comes home with a cold, doctor immediately puts them on antibiotics, steroids, and something to kill the cold. Which maybe 60 years ago, they wouldn't have put him on a whole lot. It'd be 3 days home, let his body weather it, move on.
Shot of whiskey with some honey and lemon.
Exactly. We've become very medicine prone. Is that a bad thing? I'd say no. But in these situations where you're outdoors and you're letting your body fight it on its own,
yeah,
you've put your body to no-win situation.
Agreed.
Russell Swan. Swan was a contestant in Survivor Somalia. Russell passed out during one of the immunity challenges, causing Jeff to halt the challenge and call in medical. Once medical saw the recently revived Russell faint again, they deducted that dehydration had caused his blood pressure to plummet, causing him to pass out.
Yep.
Russell was quickly taken from the game as he genuinely feared for his life. So that's another thing that I do give Survivor props for.
Dehydration.
A lot of things you'll hear during the show, and especially the first few episodes of a new season. You gotta get a campsite set up. You gotta get fire going consistently, and you gotta get a water source.
Yeah.
Sleep deprivation, exhaustion, and dehydration go hand in hand. If your body's exhausted, it cannot put up with another thing being wrong.
Yeah, no, it
Just
can't.
like if it's dehydrated, it can't deal with you not sleeping.
Yep.
It's working overtime, doing something else. It can't pick up 2 overtimes.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. You see this a lot, and I think that's honestly why they went away from going to like Africa and Australia, because some of these, they would go in the summertime, and these motherfuckers would get, pasty and white like me, would get sunburnt, and it would just burn them out. It's like, dude, you're going to kill somebody doing this.
Yeah.
Some of the sunburn you saw is excessive, and they're still living on beaches and shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they took them out of the Caribbean. They just took them out of severe heat situations.
Which is probably good.
Which I could be wrong. But the couple I've seen, like the first few seasons, they took them to Africa and they took them to Australia. And I remember those two. I remember thinking 39 days in the African safari with no air conditioning. Let's say spring, just to be argumentative. They didn't take us in the summer. They helped us there. 39 days in Africa. What do you think spring in Africa is like? Touching 100 every day still?
I would assume, yeah.
Fuck that. I'm out.
I can look up the temperature in Africa right now.
Look it up for me. I'm going to read the next one. Once I'm done the next one, give it to me. Courtney Moon. Unfortunately, Courtney didn't make it past the first immunity challenge. The challenge saw contestants jumping into a giant net from a great height. Jeff instructed the contestants to keep their hands near their chest, but Courtney instinctively put her hands out to protect herself from the fall. She landed hard and struggled to complete the rest of the challenge. After Courtney reported feeling dizzy, Jeff brought the medical team in. They quickly conducted that her hand and wrist had both been fractured. So I will give them credit. Again, from seeing some, you learn over time.
Yeah.
And that production staff is no different. And this is one of the first shows where you really saw these kind of American, we talk about American Ninja Warrior. Everything's padded. Most of this stuff and this Survivor stuff is not padded.
No.
You're talking cargo nets and stuff like that, or even big rope nets. So they've learned over time to not put them in situations, because these guys are out there, they could be out there 30-some days already. Your thought of, I need to make smart moves here, is out the window.
Yeah.
So they'll throw their bodies trying to help their team, trying to help their tribe. Throwing their bodies into the, I don't care situations, you get yourself hurt.
Yeah.
And you get yourself hurt pretty good. So Courtney did not make it after a fractured hand and wrist. What do you got for temperature?
So let's see. Temperatures and weather in Africa, time and date. Thursday at 3:39 a.m., it was 84 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
That was at 3:39 a.m.
It's dark out, guys.
Morning time, let's see. Wow, there's a lot of rows. It's kind of all over the place, but it still stays pretty fucking hot. It's 41 degrees in London. I don't know if you wanted to know that.
That doesn't help me at all. I need Africa. The safari.
This one says, does Africa get cold? Winter in Africa is generally warm, but here are more interesting facts on the continent's winter season, which occurs in over June, July, and August. That's the winter season? June, July, and August is the winter season.
So it's backwards from our winter season.
The average winter temperature is about 20 degrees Celsius. I'm not good at that, so let's see.
I'm going to say 20 degrees Celsius ain't that high.
To Fahrenheit. Let's see. Quick conversion kit. Because, I live by a quick conversion kit. No, motherfucker. You said it was quick conversion. 20 Celsius to Fahrenheit. That's what I need to know. 68 degrees.
It's not terrible.
That's the winter.
So the summer, you're talking buck 20.
Yeah, I was say
Touching
summer
buck 20 easy.
in Africa temp. That's what I want to know. Because summer temperatures typically average around 82 degrees Fahrenheit, while winter temperatures hover around 64 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's not saying it's that hot. So I think we might be wrong.
Okay, so here's one. Top temperature in Africa ever recorded, 131 degrees.
Oh, those are rookie numbers.
Those are rookie numbers. You got to get them up.
Yeah, those are rookie numbers. Come on now. 130 degrees. No humidity.
Ugh. So, we didn't really bring the information table. We got off topic a little bit.
We always do.
You're in Africa. It's hot as fuck.
Africa. Japanese.
I love Japanese food.
I love Japanese.
Oh, wow. Don't talk about panties like that.
I thought you'd get there. I like it. Got any more for me?
Oh, I got plenty more for you. Can we talk about something real quick?
What? I know.
Producer Jordan is texting me. She's home. Couldn't be here. Busy. I'm waiting to hear snoring here soon.
Yeah, because producer Albany has officially passed out on the couch, along with our mascot Macy.
Macy's always here.
Always. She just sleeps it off.
We're a two-man band tonight, my friend.
I guess we are.
Moving on, Shamar. I had Shamar's last name. I knew when I copied it I couldn't say it, so I just put Shamar.
Okay.
You want to figure out, look up Survivor, Shamar, you'll find him. You never really know what's going to happen in Survivor, and sometimes even a grain of salt can put you out of the game. While competing on Cameroon, Shamar got a small grain of salt in his eyeball, and he reported his eye was feeling very itchy and scratchy.
Shamar Thomas?
Probably.
I mean, you couldn't pronounce it.
I was probably Russian, too. I could have swore it was a obnoxious name I couldn't pronounce.
Okay.
Medical was brought in and discovered that he had scratched his cornea. They also said if it was left untreated, he could suffer corneal abrasions and lose sight in his eye. He was pulled swiftly from the game.
I wonder how he did that.
Well, I mean, think about it. They live on the beach. It's on your hands all the time.
Sand.
I mean, after 39 days, you really touch the sand and go, shit, I got to wash my hands right now. Been there for 39 days. Sand's fucking everywhere at this point.
I don't give a shit.
It won't go away.
Yeah.
I haven't taken a shower in 6 days.
Did anyone break their penis on the show?
You're fired.
Well, I'm just wondering. That would be a really cool injury. I mean, it would suck, but it'd be really funny.
So my question's always been, you see Survivor, it's men and women, you have the flirting that the TV cameras put on every once in a while.
Oh, you think about the dirty tuna store?
You say they never talked about people actually early on hooking up, because at some point y'all all start to smell like death anyway. So we know we're not fucking at that point. A couple days in, I mean, some of the guys are bringing good-looking guys, good-looking girls. Y'all can't tell me you didn't find a tree and bang it out real quick.
Just real quick.
Just saying.
You would waste a lot of energy. But I read that thing that said something like semen is full of vitamins, so it'd be good for the woman.
Okay. Was that in a men's article too?
Yeah, it was.
That's like saying, I read that beer is good for you in a beer magazine.
It was on What the Fuck Dude's page or something.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Just saying. I think it has potassium or something.
You'll like this one. Pat Cusick.
Cusick?
Cusick. Cusack.
Couscous?
Couscous. I like couscous. Sometimes you get sand in your eye, and sometimes you injure your back riding from a immunity challenge. Such is what happened to Dave What happened to David versus Goliath? Pat. The boat ride back was hit by inclement weather, resulting in rough, very choppy water. The water caused the boat to crash into a wave and injure Pat's back. While we don't see the accident itself, we see Pat in a great amount of pain being transported onto a beach by the medical team. They were afraid that Pat had fractured his back and swiftly taken from the game. So there is some realness to this. Like, they don't just, when the cameras cut away to go to these elaborate challenges they've built, they don't just bring a helicopter and throw everybody in a helicopter or bring this yacht in, pick everybody up and take them to challenges.
Yeah.
They have a boat that they use that has a motor on it that they go to the challenges in. Well, he got hurt literally
on his way there.
On the way back. Hit a bump. I mean, you think how easily some of the rougher boats, you could pretty easily in a little fucking tiny boat in a dinghy in the ocean, knock a disc out. Especially if you're older. They do bring some older. I mean, I've seen 60,
is he good,
65-year-olds.
Is he good?
No. I don't recognize his name. He's not that good.
No, I mean, is he okay?
Yes, he made it fine.
That's all I worried about.
Yes. Yeah. Caleb Reynolds. Survivor provided brutal difficult for a number of contestants, including Caleb. During a particular difficult reward challenge, 3 separate survivors collapsed from heat and exhaustion. I didn't say the name of the episode or the season, but I'm going to have to. KAOH space RONG.
KAOH.
Yeah. Kaorong?
KAOH?
Yeah, that's how it's spelled.
And what's the other one?
RONG.
Karong?
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Karong?
I don't know where that is.
Karong.
While 2 were given the cleared okay, Caleb wasn't. Caleb was audibly gasping while laying on the ground and seemed to pass out in front of the medical team. He was given a fever of 110 degrees and diagnosed with heat stroke. Seeing as how heat stroke can be fatal if left untreated, Caleb was promptly removed from the game and received immediate medical treatment.
Jesus.
I didn't know this at a certain time in my life. I know it now. I learned it in football. Heat stroke's one of them things, everybody thinks, oh, you just need to drink more water. There is a certain point when your body is literally sweating so hard that it stops sweating.
Yeah.
Because your
If
Your
you
skin is pushing out.
If you stop perspiring,
you're in trouble.
You're in big trouble, and you
your
get
body
cold.
recognizes that you're out of sweat to push out, and
you're out of electrolytes. Yeah,
it's running out. So you could drink as much water as you want. It's not going to work.
You have to stop doing what you're doing.
You literally have to go somewhere, get fluids put in. A lot of times they recommend AC.
You can still do water, but whatever you're doing to cause you to sweat has to stop immediately.
Yeah, you have to basically get out of it.
Yeah, and there's only like a short window of time to fix it yourself, and if you don't, then you will end up with an IV.
Yeah, if you're at pass out state, you're already done.
Oh, yeah.
Your body's giving up. It's protecting.
It's like, yep, we're done. Shut down. Go to sleep.
All right, Colton Cumbie. Cumbie is a very controversial survivor, contestant, but you don't mess around with his appendicitis. After reportedly suffering a headache, Colton collapsed in the forest and was helped back to camp by his nemesis, Christina. When Jeff and the medical team showed up, he was found curled up in a ball. After reporting severe stomach pain, medics called him for appendicitis. Deeming that it was too risky for him to stay in the game, medics pulled Colton from the game. Not that his fellow castmates missed him at all. 3 or 4 of them reported laughing as he left.
Like, hey guys, did you hear about Colton? Colton, he's effed up. He's effed up. So, I think Asen wants to say hi. Asen,
come say hi.
Come here, buddy. Come say hi. Come here. Mommy's asleep. Come here, bud.
Does this have spider in here?
Yes, it has water in there. Would you like some water?
I got spider.
Yeah.
How did you get that? How'd you get water?
Because he's holding a water bottle.
Oh, he said. I thought
Here,
he said
you gotta
spider.
say hi into the microphone.
Hi.
Good job, bud.
What's your name?
Asen.
We'll say it in the microphone.
Get your hand out of your mouth and say Asen.
Say it again.
Asen.
Asen.
Why
My
does he
name
say it
is
with a
Asen.
tone like that?
We might have to get Asen to sing for us one day.
I'm sure we could work that into the program.
You like singing, right? Yeah.
What's your favorite song, Asen?
Where are my nuggies?
Where are my nuggies?
Oh,
Where are my nuggies?
I thought we were still in the Red Hot Chili Pepper one.
No, he's a nuggies guy.
He's a Nuggies guy.
All right, go play, buddy.
Okay, with the water bottle.
Yep, go play with the water bottle.
So I thought I had that one on my list. I missed it. When I was doing my research, there was a contestant. I don't know his name because I didn't put him on the list. He was a vegan when he started. Didn't eat meat. Came in. One of the reward challenges was steak, and they do that a lot. Steak, a lot of meat, burgers, hot dogs.
Protein.
They do try to force protein down their throats. Apparently, he ate so much steak that he caused himself to have literally a bowel backup. Didn't shit for days.
Now, I have
was
no...
in trouble.
Let me put this out there.
He had to be medevaced.
I don't have any issues with whatever you want to be. Do I personally think vegan is kind of dumb? Yes. But that's my personal opinion about it.
If you can back up vegan for a fitness reason, I know a couple guys that have gone vegan for like a month to clear out.
And that's what I've heard.
But we're
as
built
full veganism.
No, fuck that.
Like we are omnivores.
Like I say, we're built to eat meat.
We're created to eat meat and plants and fruit and all that good stuff.
Everything.
Now, I mean, you've been in this house long enough. You know, red meat.
That's a meat eating household.
Yeah,
that's for
we fucking
sure.
eat red meat.
Hell yeah.
Like if anybody follows any of my personal pages on social media, I smoke food all the time. Like we smoked ribs last weekend. I smoke Boston butts. I cook burgers. I cook pork. Like anything, I don't care. I'm not a big veggie person.
No.
But I say that. I'm not a big cooked veggie person. I like fresh veggies. Like in Albany, like for a long time when we first got married, she would get offended.
Yeah.
Because
you
like
wouldn't eat it.
I'm not. It's not that. And like I would eat a small portion.
Yeah.
Because I can eat it. It's just not my favorite thing.
Yeah.
And I would explain to her, it's not that I don't like vegetables. I don't like cooked vegetables.
You like them cold.
Yeah. Like I like a fresh fresh broccoli, carrots, kale, spinach. Like if it's fresh,
you like the crunch left to it.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
For me, the taste is better. I guess it's like right off the vine type thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm there for. But if you're vegan or you're vegetarian, you're kind of excluding yourself when it comes to game shows like this. Because you can chalk it up any way you want. This vegan shows you right here. To survive in that type of element, that environment, you're going to have to eat meat.
Well, and that was the biggest problem. Like between not eating meat for 30 days and on top of the fact that he was also a vegan prior to the show.
Yeah.
When he took in that much red meat that quickly.
Oh, yeah.
It backed his stomach up.
Yeah.
Well, then he couldn't, for the layman's term, couldn't shit. They had to evac him out.
Yeah.
Because what was going to happen is his body eventually was going to give up.
It was going to go into sepsis.
Yeah.
It was going to go septic.
So it's definitely tough, and I'll give it. I talked about I didn't get a chance to talk about some of the things they do in the show. They don't do it anymore, but I remember the first couple seasons, they do these challenges, and they don't start bringing food into it, like cookies and all kinds of donuts and bullshit, and kind of fuck with them until later in the season. I remember early, I don't know what season it was. They're on the water, they're standing on these, it's an endurance challenge. They're like an hour and a half in. And what they'll do is they will start, Jeff will start going, well, if you want to give up, whoever gives up gets this plate of cookies. And there'll be cookies and chocolate milk or something. Again, these people haven't eaten probably real food other than white rice in a fucking pot in the woods and coconuts, and they'd catch a chicken every once in a while in probably 30 days.
Yeah.
The one girl, I don't remember how they got to it, but I remember her getting basically naked for chocolate chip cookies.
I mean,
not to mention she's giving up immunity. So you're going to get voted out. Now, of course, you're on CBS, so everything's blurred out.
Oh, yeah.
But I specifically remember, I have to go back and find, it's got to be in the first 2 or 3 seasons. They don't do it anymore.
Right about the time you were going through puberty, and you were
exactly.
like, finally, oh my God, got to sneak away from my mom. I bet literally, like, that happened, and you like, oh, I have to imprint this on my mind,
Jesus.
and commercial, and Mom, Dad, I'll be right back. So anytime Alex did that to Alex's parents, more than likely he was whacking off in the bathroom.
Not happening.
What? Why does the freaking toilet seat keep sticking?
You're an animal.
I'm just saying.
I want to say, like, so if two people quit at the same time, they have to split it. And I want to say I remember her going like, well, I'll get negative if I can keep it myself. And Jeff's like, the host who's been doing it for 20, 30 seasons. He's like, well, what's the, I guess, and he'll stoke him along. He's very good at his job. He's one of the producers too. And he literally said, well, if that's the deal, you see her, of course, she's tiny at this point.
I think I remember this.
They're 30 days in. So she's showing ribs. Pulls both pieces off. She goes, I want that fucking cookie now. I'm coming to get it. Launches everything off in the water. It's like, and Jeff just kind of stood there. He's like, I wasn't prepared. Somebody want to fill me in what I'm supposed to say here?
Yeah.
And there's some different time. They've gotten away from that because I don't think CBS really cared for that.
That wouldn't go over well today at all.
No.
It would be objectifying women is what it would come off as.
But you hear about them people doing anything to get a chocolate chip cookie on TV. Survivor started that. Survivor was the one that did that.
Yeah.
So let's get back into it. We still got another few to go. Jennifer Lanzetti? Yeah, Lanzetti. A creepy crawler got into your ear while you were sleeping. Sounds like a nightmare, right?
Yes. Fuck
But it was
that.
reality for contestant Jennifer Lanzetti when a worm made its way into her ear canal while she was sleeping. During episode 1, Lanzetti was extremely distraught and uncomfortable but staying in the competition. The worm eventually made her way out of its ear and was actually caught on camera.
Oh, no.
Sleeping in the woods, bud.
I have slept in the woods plenty.
Well, not in in the woods foreign countries. That couch just puts people to sleep.
It's amazing. It really is. The only reason Macy got up is because she's a bitch, and she doesn't like for people to touch her. Like she wants you to love on her, but if you put any pressure on her,
that's it.
That's it. She's got to get up. That's why she got up, because Albany moved her foot, and so now she's readjusting, and if she can't get comfortable, she'll just get down and lay on the floor.
You understand Tyson makes a point to have pressure on him, right?
So does Murphy.
That's fucking annoying. Stephanie LaGrossa. One of the most disturbing things to happen on a show during Survivor Heroes vs. Villains is when Stephanie Grosso's shoulder became dislocated in challenge number 1 of day number 1.
And she was in a bikini, I'm assuming? Mm-hmm. Oh, and you could see it all.
After seeing her in pain, medics had to pop her shoulder back into place. And as they did, the sound of putting it back in place caused cast members and viewers to cringe. So I just saw this episode. I'm on this season. So they're in this challenge where they're running down. It's 2 teams each, running down, digging a bag out of the ground, and running the bag back. It was 1 man and 1 woman per each team. Well, they'd figured out that if the stronger person can try to hold 2 people, the other person can run away back to their mat with the bag. You saw him pull her off the girl and then grab her arm because he slipped. And right when you saw it, you saw like that twinge of when it pops out. And you see her just stop. And she's walking back with her arm out to her right side. She's not moving it. It's giving the obvious.
Bad signs.
If you've ever seen anybody pop their shoulder out, that's what happens. You lose complete control of it. You have no movement of it.
Oh, I popped mine out. This is the shoulder injury you were talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, so I broke my collarbone. Shit. I guess I was in 7th grade. Yeah, 7th grade. We were playing football in this back... sorry, guys. In this back field, and I put a chop block down for my running back, and the guy held on to me, and so I landed like on my side, and he was about 100 pounds heavier, and it just snapped the bone. After I recovered from that, dude, never been the same. Like,
no.
Like I said, if I reach out quick,
you've done the damage.
Yeah, if I reach out quick, my shoulder will slip, and only like twice has it stayed out. And one time it stayed out, I had to like smack my shoulder like against this post.
See, we never got one of our linebackers in high school could pop his shoulder.
Well, like so Albany's dad, he terrible knees, and I'm pretty sure it was his knee. Anyway, yeah, it was his knee. He popped it out when the girls, I guess, were younger, and they said he like waddled over to a tree and then fucking kicked the tree
to pop it back in.
Yeah, and then he went back to work.
We had one of our guys in high school come over the bench. It was an away game. Put his foot up on the bench. Had one of the girls, of course, you're talking high school girls, grab his wrist, pull it over as he's screaming in pain. Grab the towel and grab the bench, and literally told us to hold the bench. He threw his body backwards, and it threw it back in place. He goes, all right, I'm good. And went back in. It was like, what the fuck just happened? And they're like, shh, and he was a senior when I was a
He's
freshman.
done this before, yeah.
This is a common thing. He wears a brace underneath, and the brace doesn't hold all the time. He's done this before. It's extremely painful. Just let him go. We need him.
Yeah.
So let's go on the list. We got a few more to go, and we're pretty deep in. Sunday Brisket. Sunday was bitten by a bug just before leaving Survivor and did not think anything of it since the contestants are known to get multiple bug bites while living on an island. However, the bug bite was different, and Sunday's arm swelled, and she later found herself in an emergency room. She would get 2 surgeries on her elbow and now has a scar to remind herself, reminder of her time in Fiji. Here in Fiji.
Holy fuck.
Bugs.
2 surgeries for a little bug? I'm fucking that bug up.
Well, think about if you went back and you got a couple months back antiquated, you're getting used to everything. You ignore it because everything hurts probably.
Oh, yeah.
You're trying to wear off bug bites. Well, that gave the infection time to really dig in.
I wonder how many vaccinations you have to get to go on that show.
And vaccination when you come back.
Yeah.
I bet it's not before. I bet it's after.
No, to go you probably have to. Because a lot of times you go to different countries, like...
They want specific vaccinations.
Like in the military, you'll have to get like the anthrax vaccine, like all that shit, so...
Jay Surratt. Contestant Jay Surratt seemed to forget that everyone is prone to injury. No matter how athletic and he sprained his ankle, he kept on playing, not realizing the consequences. After being voted off in the 33rd season... Oh, wow, so I'm way behind. They must be in the 40s by now. I knew they were at a round number, and I'm only at season 28 right now. An infection spread into his ankle and his foot, turning it into an elephant's foot, and was swollen for weeks. He walked on a sprained ankle for so long it deformed his foot because it was swelled for so long.
And it never got any heat ice or anything.
No, because he continued to play. $1 million.
That's I mean I know that feeling, dude. Like when I walk 6 miles on my fractured ankle.
The next one's going to get you here. Keelan Beachtold. Keelan appeared on Survivor Ghost Island, and not only did her body weight fluctuate during and after the game, but she got multiple parasites, bookworms, and tapeworms.
Nope. Nope.
It took over a year for her to understand what was going on with her body after the show, but Keelan admits she'd still compete if given a chance.
No.
Now you hear about these.
Bitch, you got worms.
You hear about this when you eat sushi.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you eat sushi raw. If you go to a quote unquote gas station sushi, that's why you hear a lot of people say they don't eat gas station sushi. Because sushi is uncooked, and literally it comes from wherever it comes from. You cut it, you wrap it, you put it in the container. There is no cooking process.
Yeah.
So if there's something in it, you'll never know. You can get a worm, I think, from apples.
Yeah, you can if they're depending on the apple.
If they live in the apple. I couldn't imagine that, having worms, of all things.
Oh, that sucks. It's like a new puppy. Mm-hmm. They always have worms.
Natalie White. The contestants on Survivor do anything they can to find food, even making their own spears to catch fish. While Survivor Samoa, contestant Natalie White spotted a rat. She knew it was perfect opportunity to chase it and capture it for dinner. While managing to catch it and roast it, she said it had a similar taste to chicken. Natalie was later sickened by the rat, believed to have parasites, was not confirmed by the medical staff of Survivor. She caught a rat in the woods and ate the bastard.
Yeah, survive, yes.
Survive.
But no.
Malcolm Friedberg. Fans of the show watched the contestant chow down on some pretty outrageous grub. It only got worse for contestants on Survivor Cameroon, fans versus favorites. Cast member Malcolm had to compete in an eat-off for the first individual immunity and had terrible bathroom experiences after eating pig brains. Body wouldn't break it down. So I remember this one. I like
a lot of parts of a pig, food-wise. obviously bacon's number one.
Bacon's totally number one.
But brain.
And this is the stuff I talk about. Like, this is fans versus favorites. So that had to be 5 or 10 seasons in, and we're still eating pig brains. They don't do a lot of eating anymore. I've noticed that in the later episodes.
Yeah.
Everything's physical or mental.
Well, probably because of that.
I think it puts the contestants in a dangerous spot, and B, it probably turns off a lot of people.
Yeah,
You know, Fear Factor used to creep people out because they would eat shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they would come out with these concoctions of they mixed, like, cockroaches and intestines of something and pig's feet all together, and it's in that fucking mixing bowl.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
I'm not eating that.
Nope.
Andrea Bokel. Survivor has many contestants act irrationally, maybe a little crazy. And that's how low Andrea went on Survivor Game Changers. Survivor Game Changers felt that when she had melted down after no luck on opening a coconut. After the camera pointed at her, Andrea recalled giving a very emotional and hiding from her teammates and the camera crew, only to realize that it was an odd coconut and no one on the tribe could open it either. So I put this one on there because we talk a lot about physical injury.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't do 39 days outside of
It's the mental
way we
anguish.
live.
Yeah.
This is a mental game too. You're sleeping a lot of times on bamboo. Now a lot of times they get the after the first 5 or 10 days they get the shelter up off the ground. You're still sleeping on bamboo, eating rice. No air conditioning, no heat. Your shelter, even if it's raining, you're still getting wet. I mean, some of these they talk about, they bring them in the next morning. It's like, and Jeff will go, "You guys look like shit." Yeah, Jeff, it rained all night and our tent isn't waterproof yet. We're all soaked. Okay, go outside and sleep in the rain one night and tell me how you feel. Imagine that 5 to 6 days straight. No showers. You're bathing in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if I could do it. Honestly, I'll admit, I know I can't do it. Not for 39 days.
Oh, I could do it. 100%. Showers are stupid anyway.
I almost shower twice a day at this point.
Not me.
1 in the morning, 1 after the gym.
Not me.
Jet.
I shower like 1-2 times a week.
That's gross. Jenna.
Why?
We'll come back to that.
I guess you're almost closing.
Yeah, I got 2 left.
Okay.
Jenna Morkaska. The weather can really take a toll on the contestants' minds and bodies. It was especially difficult for Jenna. On Survivor Amazon, when she and the other players dealt with a mix of scorching heat in the day, followed by freezing temperatures and pouring rain at night. Her worst moment was finding out that her shelter had been burned down by gathering firewood. Had been burned down after gathering firewood, and all of her clothes and personal items and a letter from her mom were just a pile of ashes. So you've got a couple things going on there.
Mental anguish.
Mental is top of it, especially when they pull heartstrings late in the season on letters from home or tokens from home.
Yeah.
And the fact that the shelter's gone. You're soaking wet. It's freezing at night. It's hot as hell during the day. And everything went on fire. You have no clothes left. Sorry.
Oh, that sucks so bad, dude.
Last one I have on this list. John Cochran, not the Johnny Cochran lawyer.
Okay.
Contestant John Cochran had a second go at the show, competing on Survivor Cameroon Fans versus Favorites. Ended up suffering a sunburn that was worse than it appeared to viewers. According to John, he was feverish, immobile, and it got so bad he was told not to leave the shelter and was later medically evacuated by a helicopter, per the request of Survivor's medical team. So we talk about going to Africa, Australia. You still got to deal with sunburn. You see a lot of these shows, a lot of these guys, especially once we're 3 or 4 days in and your t-shirt
it'll dehydrate
smells.
the fuck out of you.
Well, it'll dehydrate you, but just sunburn alone. Sunburn can make you sick. If you get sun poisoning,
oh yeah,
it will make you
it'll
sick.
jack you the fuck up.
It can. I'm pretty sure it can kill you.
It can.
Cameroon, as far as I know, is hard Caribbean sun.
Yeah.
I remember when we went to Mexico, went to Cozumel one year, we had a day at shore. Well, I wanted to ride a Sea-Doo. I was like 18 at that point. Wanted to ride one of the Sea-Doos. I was on the water for a half hour, and I had strong sunburn on my arms. Because the rays are so much stronger down there, so much closer to the equator, it burned me up because I'm pale. There's no way around. I'm pale.
Yeah, you are.
So, on that note, that will wrap up some of the craziest survivor injuries that cause players to be medically evacuated.
That was a different one.
I thought it was different.
I liked it.
Thank you to Netflix for putting Survivor on Netflix.
And in your brain again.
And in my brain again.
I love like gruesome injuries. Like it's weird. It's a weird thing, but I like gruesome injuries. It's like oh shit, because it's so out of the ordinary. So my question would be, I think the question we should answer is based on all we've heard.
Uh-huh.
Would you do it? And what injury would you choose if you had to be medically evac'd? I think that's a great question.
Okay, so let's go off of would you do it. So we're going to do 39 days. There's no vote out process. You're doing 39 days on there. Say
Straight.
You win the show. Do you win or no? You want to say you win the $1 million?
Yes, you win the $1 million.
Just by playing the game, outwit, outlast, you won $1 million.
Yes.
You spent 39 days on an island.
Could you wrap your mind around, could you, right now, if the contract was put in front of you, would you sign it and do it?
I don't think I would.
You wouldn't?
I'm not enough of an outdoorsman constantly. I'm not a Matt Kreider. Kreider, I'm giving you credit here. I don't live outdoors.
Yeah.
I cannot do it 24/7.
Gotcha.
I'm going to say this. I come from a racing community. When we leave the racetrack, we go to the hotel.
Yeah.
If I'm not in a hotel, I'm in a motor coach or an RV. I'm not sleeping on the ground. I'm not living in the woods for 39 days.
Gotcha.
Sorry, it's over my head. I've never been an outdoors person. I love to be outdoors. I love to be on the motorcycle. I love to be in the woods at times. I had fun when we camped, but that next morning was a little bit of rough when we all woke up and we're like, hey, you can wake Kreider up or whatever. I'm leaving here in about 15 minutes. That son of a bitch ain't up. He's on his own.
Yeah. So, for me, I'll answer the first part of the question, too.
Yeah.
100% I'd sign it.
Okay.
But
is it just a personal test to yourself if you can do it?
I always want to challenge myself.
Okay.
But also, like, I've been trained for this.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that sounds cocky, but I don't mean it to. Like, it would be very difficult. Mm-hmm. And, you know, over the past few years, I've kind of come to terms with the fact, you know, I never, before that, really believed in, like, mental illness and how that shit can fuck with you. But my mind was 100% changed when my grandfather died. You know, I went through a lot mentally.
Yeah.
So I know mental for me would be that would be the hardest part for me. Mentally, it would just be hard. Physically, I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do anything physically because I've been worn to the test of time.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and have always got through it.
Yeah.
Mentally,
that's the big part of that show is people understand that the 5 or 6 nights of sleepless nights, the exhaustion of you're dead tired. Then you got to build a campfire and all this. The mental game is huge in Survivor.
Me, like the non-sleep, like that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I've done that. Like been trained on that. For me, the mental part of that game would be my family.
Yeah.
Not being able to talk to them, speak to them, anything. Like I'm not able to have a connection, and if I can't have a connection, that's what's gonna break me down.
And that seems you get one every few seasons that quits 10, 15 days in, and usually it's a combination of things. It's not just I'm exhausted, I don't feel good, we haven't eaten. It's a mixture of I'm not sleeping at night, we're drinking out of coconuts, and I haven't talked to my family. It mentally takes those people out of that game.
Yeah, for me it would be the mental side. But if you had to choose an injury to get medevaced on, what injury would you choose? Would it be the parasites? Would it be an infection in a cut? Mm-hmm. Would it be a broken bone? Or would it be kind of the
dehydration?
Dehydration or anything to sunburn. So we'll do that. Dehydration, sunburn, which maybe go together, but we'll still just separate them. broken bones, or
infection,
slipped shit,
Parasite 5,
parasites,
yeah,
or
you hit them all.
yeah. Which one would you choose?
Honestly, I'm going to take the broken bone, and it's going to sound like the cheap way out, so I'll go around it. Parasites. You are going to struggle like hell. You're going to be put through hell until you figure out until the doctors can figure out what's going on. Because a lot of time parasites, and I guess that kind of bodies up to infection as well, unless you have an obvious cut that swells, turns black.
Yeah.
You're going to fight through a bunch of shit before they figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
It's going to set in. It takes a while. Just like digging a hole. It takes a little while to get down deep and do damage.
Oh, yeah.
Dehydration, same thing. Dehydration, sunburn, you're going to pay for every second that you ignored it.
Oh,
At least a broken bone, it's broke. I can't put weight on it. That's it. If I'm going to be pulled out of a game because of a medical reason, I want it to be a quick snap right there.
Yeah.
That, and I hate to say it, but a broken bone you're going to come back from. A parasite, an infection, even severe dehydration, sunburn, can do permanent damage. At the end of the day, for $1 million, it ain't worth $1 million, and I'm a cripple the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So, Billy, which one would you pick? Again, dehydration, sunburn, parasite, infection, broken bone, or what was the fifth one?
I think we put dehydration and sunburn as
Did we
separate.
split them?
Yeah.
Okay, so those 5.
Well, you took broken bone, and usually I would say broken bone, but for sake of the argument, I'm not going to do the same one you did.
Okay.
Reason being, I'm going to say because breaking a bone does affect you down the road
It does.
for your entire life.
I don't want to say it like it's something it's not something you're going to live with the rest of your life.
So,
but it's something that I know exactly what's going on immediately.
I'm going to say a cut with an infection.
Really?
The reason being is, I would say, caught fast enough, which it seems they have on that show
they have
constantly.
a very good medical staff that goes with them.
Yeah, I'm going to have an infection. Yes, I'm going to go through some shit if I'm in a foreign country with this.
Yep.
But more than likely, all I'm going to have left from it, more than likely,
Maybe a scar.
a scar, maybe a little bit of nerve damage.
Yeah.
But you fucking blow your knee out
Oh, that could be something that's the rest of your life.
rest of your life, and you're in a foreign country,
Yeah.
you're not getting the best health care.
Well, at
what
that
you're
point,
getting is
yeah.
they're going to wrap that bitch up and tell you to walk it off. And guess what happens then? Then you're walking on a broke-ass knee until you get back to the States,
Yep.
where you've already done so much more damage, because you can go to, if you blew your knee out right now, say you stood up right now to go to the bathroom or whatever, you blow your knee out. I immediately get your ass in the truck. I get you to the hospital, and you're in surgery within 3 hours.
Yep. You're in Fiji.
Yeah. In Fiji, you're not in surgery
No.
within 3 hours.
They're
You
gonna-
are getting back to the States.
They're going to Band-Aid you up to get you home.
You're talking. Well, let's shorten it and say it's gonna take you a week to get home.
Yep.
Now you're a week. Well, what happened? What does the body immediately start doing when you get hurt?
Trying to mend it.
Starting to mend it. So it's gonna mend it the best that it can based on what it's got available.
So they're gonna have to re-break or re-damage what the body has fixed at
Or
that
they
point.
may not even be able to do anything. They may be like, if we go in there, we'll just make it worse.
Yep.
So me, I'll take the cut with the infection, because back comes the worst. If you got to take a limb, take it. Like, yes, it'll affect me the rest of my life, but at the same time, take the shit. That's the worst of the worst.
Devil's advocate to that, just for argumentative reasons. What if the infection's in your foot and they have to take it from the kneecap down?
Take it.
Okay.
Take it, because guess what? When you break your fucking bone, when you break your fucking knee, if that shit cuts the blood flow off to your leg, you lose your shit from the thigh down. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So
Just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, there's multiple arguments there.
Well, you start playing the what if game then.
Yeah, like what if this, what if that, but you just never know. But
Correct.
for me, I would say like a cut with an infection. You would say broken bone.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you for bringing that topic.
Thought it was a fun topic.
Because it definitely lifted the mood a little. It's kind of like the Pastafarian episode.
Trying.
Kind of lifts that mood.
Trying to get away from our dark
I
phase
kind
we
of
went through.
want to pregame next week's episode, though, because I'm very excited about it.
So before we do that,
Yes.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
We've talked about a lot of stuff. I have our Brewski of the Week.
Do you have a Brewski of the Week? Who you got?
Jeff Probst, the
Producer.
The host and executive producer of Survivor. I've already found 33 seasons with record. I'm assuming they're up in the 40s now because I know they're at a round number. Jeff Probst. The guy doesn't age. Look him up in 2002.
I have.
And then today, that motherfucker doesn't age. Whatever workout plan he's on, whatever he's eating, sign me up.
I like it. I'm also going to slash. So it'd be Jeff Probst. And I'm also going to give it to a fan of ours for sending us this beer. And I think you'll agree. Our good friend Taylor. I don't know if he wants. I'll just call him Taylor G.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants to say in his last name, but I'll just call him Taylor G. Thank you so much for sending me this.
We appreciate it
because this is a pretty good fucking beer.
Well, we're gonna rate it in a minute.
We are. I just wanted to put it out there.
Yes, we appreciate the beer. It was definitely good.
Yeah. So what I was saying before.
Guys,
I don't know if you know this, but I'm a very big fan of a certain old celebrity, and I know your fiance is as big of a fan as I am.
We have a picture in our bedroom of her.
Yes, and I've had actually, my buddy Dylan has got my old poster of her.
Does he?
So yeah,
I ain't never seen it.
Yeah, when I went off to I moved or went to basic or something. I needed to go somewhere, and he still has it framed.
Hell yeah!
And I have the other one. I have like two in my garage. Mm-hmm. So
I like the one you have in your garage.
Yeah. Next week's episode, we're going to talk about the life of Marilyn Monroe. And guys, I am excited.
I believe she's still considered to be one of the most beautiful women ever.
Yeah, Norma Jean, baby.
There you go.
So I'm just prefacing. If that's what you're into, we're going to get into her life story. We're even going to get into some conspiracies. I just want to put it out there.
I've got one conspiracy. JFK's wife killed her. The bitch killed her.
That might be in there.
But we'll talk about that.
Yes, I just wanted to probe it because, guys, it'll be worth the listen. I 100% promise you that.
Bring your notebooks. There will be a test at the end.
Alex, let's talk about this fucking beer.
Can we talk about producer Albany and her sleeping pattern right
Dude,
now?
she's beat. I feel so bad for her. I love her so much, but she's been working her ass off this last week.
Mom of 3 kids, 2 dogs, you, and
a full-time fucking student.
There you go.
Shit.
So let's talk about it. Sugar Creek Brewing Company's Big O Blood Orange IPA. I liked it. We'll go over can art first. Can art's a little flashy for me. I want to say the fish that's on it below the orange. It's a cute design to start. It's too much for me, though. The gears are nice. I like the orange in it. Unfortunately, the orange, I don't know if it's the way the can is. It looks like a grapefruit. But that's just me being a picky asshole.
Yeah.
I do like the shout out to North Carolina and South Carolina. Did you notice that? The two red pieces?
I was just looking at it, yeah.
Cool design on the can. They used the entire can. Not a lot of bullshit on the can. They didn't put dumb stuff on here. Sugar Creek's a pretty well-known... I don't know if they're out of Charlotte, but I see their name a lot in a lot of bars around here.
Yeah.
We go to dinner at. Good beer.
They also use the whole can.
They did use the whole can. Again, it's just a little more flashy than I'm used to. The Dead Guy Ale we did in the last one that was just literally a skull and then black wrapped around the can. That is my personality in a nutshell.
There it is.
So
there it is.
Anybody that says, oh, how do you not like that? I'm very basic.
So what's your grade? 1 out of 5?
1 out of 5 on can art. I'm going to go with 4.5. Not bad. I can't dock them for points because it's a good-looking can. There's nothing stupid about it. They didn't get too artsy-fartsy for me. Shout out to North Carolina, South Carolina. I don't understand the fish and the wrap around the orange, but I'm sure there's a story to go with it. I did like the big O with the arrow down to it. That was something different. Taste, I'm going to give it a 4.7.
Oh, wow.
I'm not the biggest on fruity beers, even when it comes to craft stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not big on the fruit. I found one at Royal Bliss in Denver that's called 73 and Hazy. There is no fruit flavor to it. It's an IPA, the way it's said.
Yeah.
Now, this has a lot of orange to it, but I also like orange. I like the citrusy, acidic flavor to it. I like it. So, what did I say? 4.5 for Canart, 4.7 for taste. Not a bad beer. Billy, you're a stickler on blood oranges, and I know you love them. So let's talk about Canart first. I have a feeling I know where you're going with this, but I'll let you explain because it's half your podcast too, so fucking talk.
So Canart, I do like the reference to the Big O, and I don't know if you took this in the way I did, but it says the Big O. All the gears are a bunch of Big O's.
I mean, I saw it, but I think was that on purpose? Was that on accident?
I think it's up for interpretation.
If it was up for interpretation, it's a good play on it. I think the gears were to fill background, but if the O's were on purpose and the fact that it would make sense why there's a gear there, then yes, great play on it. They're all O's or O's inside of O's. Cute play on it. Go ahead.
Yes, I am a diehard blood orange guy. I do like...
If you want to buy Billy a birthday gift, find something that says blood orange on it.
Yeah. I do like the hot air balloon with a blood orange as the balloon. That to me, that's creative, smart. The fish, I don't really know. I guess it's just tied into the Sugar Creek thing, but I think that's, if I'm not wrong, I might be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. That's a saltwater fish, so I don't know why they'd be in a creek. But I do like the really cool play that on the North Carolina swirls. They kept that in red. Overall, Canart, I'm going to have to agree and say a 4.5, only because I really do like when they use the entire can, and I just feel like I love to see when it's just like the whole entire can is a whole art piece.
I agree.
Not a repeated art piece, because you can see a perfectly good like split where it's like, here's our logo, here's our logo. No, I want you to use that whole fucking can.
So I just Googled Sugar Creek just for the hell of it. The fish with the hot air balloon is part of their logo.
Yeah, it's
so
just
that's
the logo.
why the orange is wrapped in it. That explains the fish, and that explains the whole orange inside of the fish. So it was a play on their logo, which I'll give them credit for that. I agree. I like it when even they go up the top.
They use the saltwater fish for a creek, though?
I'm not...
Like, am I wrong? That's a fucking saltwater fish.
And I can't comment on that because I don't know fish types that well.
Okay. Well, let me just keep going. As for taste.
Taste. That's what we're looking for here.
Very good beer.
It's a blood orange.
Very good beer. It doesn't get a 5 from me. And I'll only say this.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a 4.8.
Why?
So, when it comes to blood oranges,
yep,
I love that blood orange taste to pop. Like, I want that shit to pop all the way through.
So you want to, like, punch you in the mouth.
This popped
yeah.
for about a quarter of the can, and then it kind of diluted itself. It didn't dilute a lot, but it did dilute itself from about 3/4 up, down, and at the bottom, it really was just like almost water beer.
So was it a temperature change, or was it the fact you got to the bottom of the beer?
It was a temperature change.
Okay.
Because it started about a quarter down. Mm-hmm. So for that, you get a 4.8 from me. Not a bad beer, though, guys. I would definitely recommend you guys go out and try it out. It's the Big O Blood Orange IPA from Sugar Creek Brewing Company. Yeah, that's really all I got. I mean, 4.5 and a 4.8. Alex gave it a 4.5 and a 4.7. So we just about agree on this beer. So guys, make sure you check it out and enjoy it. What you got, eh?
I was just trying to get lined up for sponsor. I knew you'd go into promoting sponsors. I was trying to pull up.
Absolutely,
got
guys.
Some information.
So, couple of our sponsors,
partners, what do you want to call them?
Alex, shoot yours off, my friend.
Zach Fowler Racing. We talk about him a lot.
Zach.
Great friend of the podcast, personal friend of mine as well. Let's start out. Zach started racing go-karts at 5 years old in Maryland. Great driver, has been around motorsports his whole life. The kid I work in motorsports, and he will send me stuff. It's like, why do you even know this? If I ask him who won what race in 2006,
dedicated to his craft, baby.
He's gonna know at least something about that race.
Dedicated to his craft, baby.
Been around racing a long time. Moved to North Carolina to follow the dream. His parents gave him the ability to do it. Zach ran a Bandolero car with the U.S. Legend Car Series out of Charlotte for the last couple years. ran well last season. We ran for a championship, came up a little bit short. We're looking to put a super truck deal together this year for Hickory Motor Speedway. I did get some dates from actually his dad earlier today. So Zach will be racing in the super truck this year, June 5th, July 24th.
Oh, he's really racing like truck.
Yes.
Let's fucking go, Zach.
August 21st, there's going to be a big group there, so that's probably the one I'll have you come out to. I do spot part-time for him, so I have involvement as well. Again, June 5th, July 21st, August 21st and 28th, September 8th, 11th, and 18th. At this point, that's the extent of Zach and the super truck this year. We are looking to put together sponsorship for Zach for
and where
this
can they
season
find
and next
Zach?
season.
Where can they find
You
them?
can find Zach on Facebook. It's Zach Fowler Racing on Facebook. You can find him through Two Dudes and a Brew. If you want to message the page, or if you have my number, text me. I can get you in contact with him. Zach also runs a lot of iRacing. You hear about iRacing. It's getting very popular amongst the high-ranking drivers in the world. It's basically online racing, but it's a lot more serious. Tracks are a lot more, let's say, close to what real racetracks are. They literally go out and scan the racetrack and learn different things about the track. Zach ran the ESRA Thursday Night Thunder Series last year. The youngest driver in the field was looking to just go out, make laps, run well, not do anything,
And he was killing that shit.
2 races in, won his first race. Again, youngest driver out there running against full-grown adults. Ended up winning 2 or 3 races and the championship. Zach can drive. He just needs the chance to run a full schedule and really show what he has.
And I'll even throw some extra out there. Guys, if you do reach out to Zach and it's not through us, obviously let him know that you heard about him through us. You need to help out a small racing team. But I'll even put down this right now. However many sponsors he gets that comes from Two Dudes and a Brew, each sponsor, I will shotgun 2 beers per sponsor.
Oh.
And we will do it on a live or on an episode or
I'll
whatever
match
you
that.
want. So there you go. And
Guys,
I said 2 per sponsor. So one sponsor, you get 2 shotguns. And I'll let it be the beer of your choice.
I can tell you now, you sponsor him, your name will be said several times on here. Guys, we were on the back of the truck for the iRacing deal last year. It's a great friend of the program. I'm hoping to get us on the back of the truck somewhere when he runs Hickory this year. I am working on it. It's just something I got to
We just got to figure out the stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there because I want to really get this kid. I mean, think about it, guys. When you were a kid, you had a dream, right?
Yeah.
And I will be the first to say 90% of us never pursued that dream.
No.
Because we thought it was just outlandish. It wasn't really going to happen for us. You know, I had big dreams. I wanted to be a fucking actor. That was my big thing, you know. I wanted to be a professional skateboarder. I wanted to be a professional baseball player, but I didn't really see those dreams through. This kid is fighting hard and doing really fucking well.
Not only is he still racing in the seat, he's going to early college to learn how to work on these. He's in an early college program where his end of his sophomore year, he'll be done actual high school work. Then he's into the hands-on stuff inside of a race car. Everything from building race cars, setups, aerodynamics, all the way down to the engineering of how things work, how to build things.
Yeah, so we just want to support this kid and really like push his dream forward and try to help him the best we can. And the best way we can help him is by promoting him here. So like I said, guys, for every one sponsor he gets that comes from Two Dudes and a Brew, make sure you reference Two Dudes and a Brew. I will shotgun 2 beers of your choice. Alex will match me in shotgunning 2 beers of your choice. That means you can choose anything. You want to choose an IPA, choose an IPA. You want to choose a porter, choose a porter.
You choose it,
I don't give a shit. We will throw it down. It will be shotgunned. We will do our best. If I throw up, I throw up. But I'll do whatever I got to do to support this fucking kid because he is a damn good driver and deserves all the fucking accolades. Yep. So make sure you guys check him out.
Guys, on that note, who do you got, Billy?
I have got Ultimate Plumbing out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Get all your plumbing needs from this 5-star company servicing the Charlotte to Hickory, North Carolina area. Excuse me.
Good spot.
All you have to do is call 704-892-5843. Again, 704-892-5843. Honestly, guys, it's just one business supporting another. This is actually a really, really good friend of mine. Does amazing work. He's done work for me. He's really helped me out in a pinch as far as plumbing goes.
I'm lucky to have a new house, but he's the guy I'm going to call if I got problems in my house.
Yeah, Alex has made his calls. I've made mine. And, guys, the owner's great. The workers are great. And they're one of the top businesses here in the Charlotte area. So when it comes to plumbing, so make sure you guys reach out. Again, it is called Ultimate Plumbing out of Mooresville, North Carolina. And that number is 704-892-5843.
So, Billy, on that note, great episode.
I had a good time.
New hats.
We
are wearing the new fucking hats.
And again, guys, if you want a hat, make sure you reach out to us. We have to get a minimum order number. So if you want one, reach out, let us know. We will put you down on the list, and once we reach our number, we can talk prices.
Guys, we'd love to do shirts. We need to get a backing for shirts. We're trying. We are. Hats, the banner. It's all coming along. Stick with us. We're having some fun.
Guys, this is a rookie podcast. We are taking our time. We are growing as good as we can. And you got to remember, we both work full-time, actually more than full-time jobs.
Pretty much.
We've got our own families, and we do take time. Like, I worked all day today.
Yeah, I had today off, so I had it lucky.
Yeah, but a lot of times you work all day.
Yeah.
And then we come here. You drive here from Denver, which is about 30 minutes.
Then through Mooresville traffic.
Yeah, then we do we got to eat dinner, and by the time it's all said and done, it's another 3-4 hours worth of work.
It is.
And we get up the next day and go back to work. You know what I mean? So, and it's constant. I know we've lacked a lot on the posting and stuff. We're gonna get back to that. It's just with all the crazy stuff we've had going on, as far as like the deaths of my family and just
life itself.
Just life itself. We're going to get back to it. The lives are going to come back.
Yes.
It's just
we're busy. There's no other way to cut it.
Yeah,
we're busy.
Because like I so long I've been wanting to be like, Alex, maybe we should take like a season break.
Yeah.
For like the summer, and then we can regroup. But then again, I'm like, I really enjoy this. Like, I like doing this.
It's our weekly ritual.
And it's good for us.
Yeah.
I can clear my mind. You can clear yours. We can just have a good time, talk about whatever we want to talk about, and post it for everyone to hear, regardless of how embarrassing it might be. We just throw it to the world.
But right now, there is no break. We're still getting after it. We haven't made that choice yet.
No, dude, we're rolling. And guess what? That thought just came into my head when I was overwhelmed with everything going on in my life. And I was like, actually, that's the only one outlet I think I have.
Exactly.
So I need to keep it.
There you go. So, on that note, Billy, take us out.
Guys, this has been another episode of Two Dudes and a Brew. I'm Billy.
I'm Alex. For sleeping producer Albany, producer Jordan
who's
at the house.
Probably sleeping.
Probably. For
Mascot Macy.
Mascot Macy, the kids involved, everybody involved. Guys, we appreciate the support. Billy, cheers.
Cheers, my guy.